I think that's good. Hey guys,
Go.
it's been a while.
Hello, hello. We are finally back with our first tournament of the year. I'm your host, Psyker, and I'm joined here by Multi. We're going to be commentating this tournament, and I'm very excited to be here today.
What we have is going to be quite a bit different than many tournaments we've done in the past. Um, by a very interesting gimmick.
Today we have the No Encores tournament, and it's a very interesting one. You cannot use the same character more than once for the entire tournament. So basically, this is a tournament that rewards being adaptable and having a deep knowledge of the game, a deep character pool, and many characters that you're comfortable playing with. So we are here with our first match, Blades of Might Lehigh, and I imagine this tournament will be full of very diverse matchups, very interesting matchups, and of course also the strategic element because you can play literally any character in the game, even the ones that are usually banned. So let's see what these guys will be picking throughout the tournament and how they're going to be choosing to use those very powerful picks that they have access to.
So without further ado, if our guys want to get started, we can get this double elimination tournament up and running.
Yeah.
I got a little notepad here. Gonna have all the names of the contestants on them and all the characters they've been running.
All right. Looking forward to it. And we're getting right in. Let's see what the first match is going to be looking like.
It makes you wonder what kind of characters are these guys going to be wanting to pick here at the very first round of this tournament.
Blades is an interesting one. The three characters I know him for are Hit, Jacko, and now recently Gamma 1. But I haven't seen him play like much else, so very interested to see if he's going to break out his comfort picks right away or if he's going to bring us something interesting for this tournament.
Bringing in some food gameplay, all right.
Oh, right. Yeah, we've definitely seen his food before, and he's choosing Mentor Few at that, so he's coming out swinging right at the first match, trying to get a very early lead, and maybe he's going to be able to achieve just that as Lehigh takes the first hit.
Some nice damage coming off from Blade's Foo right now. It looks like connections are all nice as well. Very promising start.
Yeah, definitely so. I heard Blade say that like his concern versus Lehigh was the fact that their connection might not be the best possible, and maybe that's why he picked Fu, because Fu is just so strong on lag and like on even like just suboptimal connections. It's just so hard to catch him off guard, and it's really hard to evade his loops as well. So definitely a high value character for a match such as this, and maybe that's why he's bringing out this mentor that's so strong right on the first match.
Lehigh fighting his legs a bit here in this match. I can kind of see the appeal of choosing a character like Android 17, as we can see right now with some of his tremendous damage output.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting. That's an incredible amount of damage. Just equalizing the match. And of course the small charge potential. It's so good. Oh my god.
Oh, that's true. Not only is this his pick for Fu in this match, this is also his pick for Mentor for this entire tournament.
Yeah, that's definitely a very interesting aspect because, most people are probably going to be saving their high value picks very towards the end of the tournament, but he definitely came out swinging here, and maybe he's just confident that a lot of his roster picks, especially Hit, are gonna be the ones that he should be saving for the higher value matches rather than his mentor.
Lehigh has some dangerous stamina. But both of these guys look like they can take this match. depending on how this next set of interactions goes.
Yeah, definitely so. Lehigh, definitely on the back foot for a good chunk of the match, but yeah, that super armor limit burst and the fact that Blade's really struggling to convert in a lot of damage with few is definitely to Lehigh's advantage if he can manage to win neutral just a couple times.
Unfortunate that he was not able to make the most out of that armor burst.
Yeah.
Once he saw that Fu was kind of getting out of his hands, he had no choice but to still keep on trying to commit just in case.
Yeah, I feel like he maybe could have gone for a self-break there, gone for something a little bit different, but unfortunately for him, that's going to be Blade's first win, and thankfully that that mentor pick of his didn't go to waste. Oh, sorry. Didn't go to waste for like you would be very discouraged if you pick mentor, especially a high power mentor like Few on the first game and you lost it. So definitely the kind of momentum that Blades might be needing for a match such as this.
So, if as long as everyone's on the same page, I guess this means that Lehigh can no longer pick 17, Blades can no longer pick Fu or a mentor character at all?
Mentor.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I can't imagine what kind of look we'll be seeing for Blades here. I expected him to pick Jacko as his mentor. Not that it would be the greatest choice in the universe, but if he's wasting his mentor pick here, I wonder if we're gonna see any Jacko for him, period, or if he's gonna use it like in a match that he's more confident that he'll be winning or something else entirely.
Already getting into some strong picks from these guys.
Yeah, Lehigh absolutely doesn't want to go to lose his bracket. I definitely respect that. Pulls out his CC. Blades wants to keep his foot on gas, just choosing Blue Goku. Spirit Explosions flying back and forth between these two players, and yeah, very, very high octane action here between these two players. Male Earthling from Lehigh, and I just noticed. So yeah, very high tier characters here from these two.
Here's hoping they'll have enough characters to work with later on in the tournament.
Oh, I mean, it's a game with 100 characters plus, so definitely still lots of choices to be made, especially among high tier characters. It's just testing players' flexibility if they can play characters that will bring them wins past this point. And very nice God Fist, very nice fracture from Lehigh when he landed earlier. So just those grab moves that are so important in a matchup like this.
It's fun to see Lehigh throwing out those handy cannons, those destructive fractures, both supers that were very influential in last year's competitive circuit.
Oh, for sure. We saw plenty of both in the other world tournaments we had, and just as well as the Universal Tournament qualifiers. Just very strong picks for CAC builds.
Both these guys have done a pretty good job handing on to their resources. Oh, but it looks like Blade's in danger now. Might have to pop out a burst.
That's so much damage. And the thing is, Blade's limit burst, I believe, is armor limit burst. So Lehigh is even like, if he can land a fracture, it really doesn't matter that Blades burst. But Lehigh is caught with very low stamina, and Blades has an evasive that can punish limit burst. Doesn't matter, he reads it, but not soon enough. Lehigh managed to super after image out of it, and now Lehigh has full stamina, doesn't have his burst, but definitely more than enough stamina to work with to win neutral just a handful of times and finish this match off. Blades, oh my god, Blades loses game 2.
Very nicely done by Lehigh. That ability to stay alive on that limit burst, even when Blades was going for a punish there, that would have been devastating.
Oh, man.
What are the odds?
And if you're Blades, you might be wondering like, oh, I could have evaded the burst and I he got almost punished for doing the correct play there in reading the limit burst, using the ult, but Lehigh unfortunately had that super after image, barely was able to get it off and live in that match.
I guess a part of it is like the mind games between you and your opponent. You know, you don't know what kind of character they're going to be rolling in with, so you would hate for them to bring in one of their really strong characters, and you bring in someone you just want to have like a burner on so you can keep your better characters for later.
Yeah.
That might be a part of why these guys are going for such heavy hitters so early.
I mean, especially like if you play in losers bracket, the Awoken hit versus Gamma 2, definitely an interesting matchup. Very strong characters, and yeah, but definitely you get to use less characters the longer you stay in winners bracket. So definitely a consideration to be a factor here, since if someone drops to losers, they're gonna be going through a lot of their roster just to keep themselves alive in the tournament. So I can definitely understand coming out swinging here, as these two have done so far.
Although it might pay to take a more defensive role right now. With such low stamina, Blade's at an early disadvantage going up against Lehigh's Gamma 1, who has plenty of interesting stamina mechanics himself.
Yeah, definitely so. He's unfortunately here facing against a character that might have opportunity to evade if he goes for like breakless Molotovs. The first stamina break is not gonna work at all here. So he's gonna have to focus on breakless damage, and Lehigh is already accruing so much damage himself. And here we see the time skip jump spikes. Let's see if he's gonna be able to use those to his advantage here, and maybe steal this match with hit.
It just occurred to me this might be one of the first tournaments we've had where the Gamma characters and a new Gohan are just part of the regular lineup.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep.
Still a little surreal.
I'm very excited to see more of these characters being played.
The quintessential grab follow-up from hit.
Yeah. Threatening those time skip jump spikes, he has plenty of key to go for those, but Lehigh, unabated, just keeps evading him and punishing those attempts.
It probably helps that Gamma 1 has access to a nice option at range himself with that Gamma gun of his.
Yeah, Gamma Blaster from Gamma 2. That's definitely a very strong option for him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, this was it. Lehigh advances to face on against Dan the Dango.
All thanks to a very clean limit burst punish.
Yeah, no, that was really good by Lehigh. Blades, of course, still in the tournament, gonna be playing in round 1 of losers. Very, very exciting matchup here, and I'm looking forward to what Lehigh is gonna be doing for the rest of the tournament.
All right.
Barlow's just messaged me that he's gonna have to drop out. He apparently had an appendix surgery recently, and it's been tough playing Xenoverse through the pain and stuff like that. So that's totally understandable. We're gonna have to move up Black Bros for the second round, and let's get the rest of round 1 underway. Since Lehigh just played, let's do Balky and Felix next.
Understood. our combatants are set. I'm curious if they're going to have a different approach to the character choosing dilemma.
Yeah, I imagine Felix is focused on winning the entire tournament. He's definitely a player of the caliber that that it takes to win tournaments regularly, and so I assume he's gonna be saving his best characters for the end. But Palki is definitely a wild card. Not only is he a good player, but his connection is very unusual to be certain. So let's see what characters Felix is going to be playing that thrive in that kind of environment. And right out of the gate, he's going to be bringing us the Omen Goku. So let's see how that goes.
Always nice to see a Goku versus Goku matchup, although I'm pretty sure both of these guys are considered their own character slots, not applicable to the body double caveat of our tournament rules.
Yeah, exactly. These guys have different combos than Goku, than base Goku's lot, so that's basically all it takes. Both these players may still play regular Goku, but yeah, it's still a very fun matchup of this beloved character of Dragon Ball. Oh, the punish on the whiff time stand, that's so fortunate for Baki. An early limit burst, at least an attack limit burst with full stamina is definitely not the worst situation in the world, but spamming those time stands at range is definitely not going to benefit him. And now the limit burst might also already be close to over. And the clash, this limit burst was, oh my god, he got no mileage out of that.
Forku has plenty of advantages as an aggressive character, but UI Goku Sign also has plenty of advantages that come with being able to read your opponent, be able to make really nice predictions that have, as we can see here, given incredible payout.
Yeah, and important to mention that Felix is not even at the percent where he gets that auto dodge, or where he gets those that increased stamina regeneration. So Baki is really here on the outside looking in. He is gonna now equalize the health and trigger those effects, but Felix is just using UI Goku in a very defensive way that is very helpful here against the style that Palki is employing.
I know Paki's really counting on the forgiving hitbox of the time spent Kamehameha, but that doesn't seem to be working out too well for him.
Oh my god, Palki might steal this actually. Oh, the trade. Wow, that limit burst read. Palki was almost back in the match. Forced Felix to evade at 0 stamina, predicted his limit burst. That was very nice play from Palki. This is definitely not over yet.
I wish I could say he could take this new knowledge with him going into the next match, but he won't be able to. Felix brought up a good point about the character selection process a little bit earlier on in chat. The fact that going into losers might involve having to do more matches overall, so there might be some good reason to pick your stronger characters earlier on. Definitely a good point. We'll see if he decides to keep on going with that philosophy going forward. He has plenty of characters he's very adept with, so I'm sure you won't have to worry too much about that.
Felix is a quality player with like a very varied array of characters that he can choose for a tournament like this. So definitely one of the players to be looking out to give us the most varied matchups. And Palki is going to be picking another Goku, this time Blue Goku, so a little bit stronger potentially than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And let's see how he fares against a character like Paikon, because Goku privilege is really tough to overcome, even for a strong character like Paikon.
On Felix's side, he has access to some really nice, fast, and high damage combos of his own. His Limit Burst, which I believe is a perfect guard, has maybe some advantages depending on how he can swing it against Baki, but as it stands right now, he's losing a bit of health.
Yeah, no, definitely. Icon is definitely a character with a lot of tools to dish damage out really, really fast. But in the neutral winning department, just it's really hard to contend against Goku, and especially Goku with God Fist, with a lot of stamina, a lot of health, and a lot of damage. So Pocky definitely making the most out of this blue Goku pick, forcing Felix to potentially have to use more of his characters should be taking this round. And Felix going defensive, managed to score a very nice perfect block, but this is just a very high octane back and forth between these two players. Felix now on 0 stamina. He might be forced to win the course soon.
There it was,
And there it is.
unpunished. And doing a good job staying out of the effective range of the grab.
Yeah, definitely so. Oh, his grab's the combo starter, so definitely not the best grab against armor limit burst, but not the worst either. Baki is making no use of out of this burst. He should be standing on the ground, regaining a little bit of stamina, but just playing aggressive. And Felix is now using Baki's habits to his advantage. Oh, I think he meant to use Burning Shot there, but used Hyper Tornado instead.
Which
A
allows
little
him
bit
to
of
get out of the Spirit Explosion very nicely. That's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting interaction there between the super and the evasive.
Last chance from Pocky.
This game's definitely not over. Oh, now it is. A very nice grab after the evasive. Pocky couldn't do anything about it. Felix takes this match 2-0.
Nice moves from both contestants still. I think my
Yeah.
favorite part of the match was Pocky was trying to get at Felix and going with like a dash attack while he was grounded.
Right.
Which normally, you can just P-block that. But Pocky knew that, and he tried to kind of like snake around in order to get that elbow in. And it worked out for him, which I thought was a pretty nice touch. Hopefully he does
Yeah, no, Pocky
very
played
well
a
in
really
this
nice
bracket.
game. Yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to losers bracket. This tournament is gonna go the distance, and it's a bit of a marathon, right? Because you gotta be mindful of your character picks, of just like what your options are gonna be, and losers means you're gonna be going through a lot of those characters. So, very interested to see what these players are going to be opting for and how far they're going to make it with all the characters at their disposal. I'm gonna. Next up, we have myself and Ladgros. So let's get us both right in there.
Alrighty. I gotta say, this has already been a very varied tournament so far in terms of characters. Naturally, with the no encores rule set being enforced here.
Right.
As always, I'm very interested to see what these guys are going to be bringing out. It'll definitely be probably even different than the last set as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of like around their characters that don't usually like they're not anyone's like main, but they're comfortable, right? You can play off fundamentals. They're gonna shine a lot in this tournament. Adult Gohan, Goku, we're gonna be seeing a lot of those characters, definitely, especially early on, I believe. I'm gonna mute myself as I'm gonna be playing. I'll talk to you guys in a sec.
Interesting from Ladgros going for his mentor pick. Going for Pan. up against Psyker's Piccolo. Alright, match has started. It's looking like a lot of stamina usage from Psyker so far. Pan, as you can see, a really speedy character in neutral with many teleports to get on the enemy's nerves. Psyker trying to go for a cheeky neutral super there to catch Ladgros, but he's just too fast. Ooh, and that's another thing Psyker will have to watch out for, are these eagle kicks coming out from Ladgros, causing a very hefty amount of damage if you were to get caught. Interesting, I think that was a feint shot that Ladgros used to escape the evasive from Psyker. Ooh. A nice break from Psyker there, allowing for a huge amount of damage. And a perfectly timed limit burst from Ladgros to escape the lingering hitbox of that special beam cannon. Able to get his stamina back and a fair amount of health to boot. So slippery. That is devastating Psyker's stamina there. Some nice block pressure from the EWC. Oh, and another one of those, you know, spaghetti arm supers. Making sure that Psyker can get back in the stamina lead. Things are potentially looking up for Psyker in a big way. He should still have his limit burst as well as some advantage there. With a couple good combos, I can definitely see this going in his favor. But as it stands now, it looks like Ladgros is doing well for himself. Nice perfect block, evening up the stocks once again. P blocks, vanishes, flying left and right. It's a P block that breaks Psyker's stamina, but the combo sends him right out of range for a lot of his attacks. He takes a little bit of damage there. Can he escape it long enough? Yes, he can! If I didn't know any better, I'd have said he vanished just then, but wow. Psyker at a very dangerous stamina, at a very dangerous health amount that Ladgros can very much take advantage of. But he wasn't able to quite take advantage of Ladgros' diminished stamina, making this a much more even match. However, he's still in considerable danger. Almost getting caught by EWC would have sent this match in Ladgros' favor. One eagle kick, one EWC, one errant twitch, and Psyker is going to be down. We'll just have to see. These guys have plenty of key resources to lob at each other. Oh, a very narrow dodge there. They're running out of ammo. That trade almost takes out half of Psyker's remaining health. He has no more key to work with, but is that even going to be necessary? Oh no, Psyker was almost caught in the combo animation there. He tries to go for a back hit to start off a combo with. And with another trade, it looks like Ladgros takes this first point of the set. Oh man. A very stressful first match of this set here. Alright. Ladgros has cashed in his mentor pick for this tournament, so he'll have to be choosing someone else. As well as a character other than Pan. Psyker will be choosing someone other than Piccolo. I'm not sure what I would do if I were Lagros. Having the advantage in the set, I would probably choose a character that I would be okay with, you know, losing with, considering I wouldn't have immediate threat to being out of the bracket, or out of the winner's bracket. Psyker goes for the blue coup himself.
Uh-oh, last
Turles choosing a mentor. Oh no. Skill issue. Reading issue. I think he's aware. Or not. I think he realizes. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, as a reminder to our contestants and to the viewers at home, this is, yes, a tournament where you can only pick one character slot, and that'll be, you know, per match, per any given fight. But also, if you pick a mentor, if you pick one of the characters we have listed as Ubers, if you pick a CAC, I mean, once you've picked them, then that is your pick. That, you know, then you can't use any other kinds of those characters anymore.
I'm not gonna count that as Lagros losing the Turles pick, but unfortunately for him, that is a loss of the round. There's not much to go around that. We're 1-1 now, as per the score.
So does this mean a run back of Turles versus Bluku?
No. Lagros can pick whoever he wants, and out of courtesy, I'm not gonna pick Bluku, but we're just not counting that match. It's just a loss of the round for picking an illegal character. And that's how we're gonna be going forward with the other matches as well. If you pick a character, you're not supposed to. The player you're facing doesn't get their character expended, of course, and it's just a loss for you. It doesn't really impact the rest of the tournament. I realized it immediately, Lehigh. I don't know what you're saying.
GTQ versus Adulton. Alright, interesting picks. Ladgros eating up a very high damaging combo of GTQs. For sure, a very devastating damager that small Goku is. But Ladgros has plenty of advantages on his own with that character himself. He has access to a health burst, a vast supply of stamina resources, and some very helpful supers on his disposal to help him out against Psyker here. We'll just have to see if he's able to take this reversal. Oh! Things are looking pretty rough right now. Low stamina. Low health. Burst still on deck, however. Nicely done punish from Ladgros. Through a few more interactions, he's got Psyker's stamina on the ropes. If he can get a good stamina break in, which he missed, he could have gotten a really nice, you know, damage payout from that. Yeah, Ladgros not trusting the hitbox of that combo. I wouldn't either. Getting a little bit of stamina back. Helpful, helpful. Probably more than he would have gotten if he tried to go downward. Yeah, I like this. He's kind of being a little bit more contemplative, kind of see what Psyker does, not wanting to get himself in too dangerous a situation. thanks to that, he's able to get a very nice payout of damage. Oh, but isn't quite able to force Psyker's Lumen Burst. Isn't quite able to get the optimal payout of damage. But all's not lost, even though Psyker's got his stamina back. The rare double P block against another P block as well. Yeah, Lagros definitely wants his stamina back. A fair exchange when it comes to key usage. Spirit Explosion into Spirit Explosion in the P block. Fair enough. I probably would have gotten after Psyker. Now both these guys have very equal resources. Just trading Kamehamehas, going at each other. Oh! Knocked out of his Lumen Burst very roughly. And an excellent punish on the Lumen Burst from Lagros, but it's not enough. He missed. But he was able to bring it back in the end with a grab.
Oh my god. GG, lad. Ah, man. Well, I'm more of a loser's bracket guy anyway.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good.
Nothing unusual here.
Alright.
Alright. Lagros advances to winner semifinals. Up next we have, I believe, hold on.
Would you like to do the next Lehigh match or me first?
Yeah, let's do the Lehigh match so we don't have to remake the lobby for that. Then the Dango versus Lehigh. Oh man, now I'm feeling like the first-hand experience, losing a match and now not being able to play GT Goku for the rest of the tournament. It stings, man.
Ouch.
I'm excited though. There's definitely there's always going to be that element to the tournament, and I'm eager to see what characters we're going to be seeing in this match, especially from someone who's already advanced like Lehigh, not being able now to pick his no Earthling, or rather CACs in general, and I believe it was Blue. No, what did he play?
Lehigh?
Yeah, Lehigh.
He played Android 17, a CAC, and Gamma 2.
Oh yeah, Gamma 2. He's not gonna be able to play Gamma 2, his CAC. Yeah, just none of that stuff. Let's see what he's got in store for us. Oh, Super Boo versus Jiren. This is like, this is what I like about this tournament. Like, we're gonna be seeing so many unusual matchups. How many times do you get to see Super Boo versus Jiren in a tournament fighting like this?
I must say, not very often.
Yeah.
Can I get a quick refresher on what options Super Boo himself has to offer? Zoning moves, right?
What'd you say?
Zoning moves, right?
Yeah, he has access to U-Rain. Of course, not the best zoning move ever, but something that Dan himself is actually very familiar with, being a prominent user of U-Rain on his mentor Janamba or on his CACs. Lehigh, of course, it's not really opting to make use of it. Oh, there he goes with the U-Rains. Of course, covering some of Dango's approaches, but
that Breakless ultimate able to shield him from the O-Rain. Look at that. That just goes to show.
Wow, Dango is definitely a very smart player, so this is only the expected of him. But still, very, very fast adaptation towards... oh my god, that was a hard knockdown. I actually did not know Super Boo had a hard knockdown like that. Still, stamina situation looking pretty even here, and Lehigh managed to get some footing here despite the overwhelming force that is Jiren. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, that a little bit too eager there. I'm I'm not sure how Dan thought Lehigh was not gonna punish that, but now he's gonna take a hefty amount of damage as a result, including a full power range wave of his own. So yeah, that punish there really backfired for Dan.
Possibly, but now Lehigh's the one with this low amount of stamina. Could be that Dan can bring this back very nicely.
Yeah, it's definitely still possible, especially considering it's a 3-bar evasive.
Vanished
Oh my God,
into
that
the
vanish.
evasive, I love that.
Yeah, but now the situation is kind of grim for Dan because he's in that range where you might be taken out by a dashing heavy, by a grab, or by a
Not
charge
broken.
heavy. Oh my God, not broken, but soon to be, as a quick dashing heavy will finish the deal. Then the Dango loses his first match, Lehigh up 1-0.
Man, for a second I was really worried for Lehigh there. What with the high damage from the strike supers right out the gate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is really I don't know, man. If you're Dan, you just are beating yourself up over that. Just whiffing that ultimate, just getting a little too creative there, and getting punished so hard was the deciding factor of that match. And Super Boo, of course, not a bad character, but Jiren is a much better character than Super Boo. So winning that match is huge for Lehigh. Then not having access to Jiren anymore must be oh, he's going Jiren full power. He's angry now. He's redder than ever. And going against Lehigh's Birder, again, another like not bad pick, but not as good as full power Jiren. So if Lehigh manages to win this is just potentially very good for Lehigh.
Definitely a considerable challenge for our blue friend. Dango has actually brought full power Jiren to grand finals and beyond in a previous tournament in the past.
Yeah, definitely so. Just one of the most accomplished full power Jiren players in our server history. Of course, the only other prominent full power Jiren player being Pseudonym, who wasn't able to join us for this tournament, but still,
The difference is visible.
yeah, this is just a domination by Dan. Lehigh on the outside looking in here, trying to make something happen with Birder, but just not managing to accomplish much.
The evasive mighty explosion wave starting a combo for him.
Yeah, forced to use that limit burst, a limit burst that does nothing, by the way, in a 1v1 scenario. So Birder really getting the short end of the stick here. Then still having that very important health limit burst in store, and just eating a combo there. Maybe trying to gain some stamina. Maybe just being a little bit cocky there, trying to demonstrate his confidence in face of Lehigh. But
Hold on a
Dan,
minute.
of course,
Things are going good for Lehigh now.
yeah, but like I said, Dan still having that limit burst can still be a huge game changer. Lehigh had to punish that, and now Dan is just going to regen so much health, so much stamina. And if the match goes anything like the first half of it, it's just... Well, as I say that, Dango seems to be struggling to win neutral as cleanly as before. Maybe Lehigh still has this... Oh my god, Oh my god!
That's all it takes.
Oh my god!
He's been able to avoid the power walls so many times, but what's the solution?
Oh, and he had no stamina. He had to eat all that damage and gets finished off by the impact flare. Then the Dango equalizes us, bringing us to a game 3 between these two.
Unfortunately, now with the positive reinforcement, we are undoubtedly going to be seeing a lot. Oh, actually, no, we're not. No more power walls. Excellent.
Oh, exactly. There's no more full power Jiren for Dan in this tournament, and let's see what he's gonna be choosing here in this third and final round against Lehigh.
Am I wrong for expecting that everyone would have just walked in and just out the gate been using like Kaba and Goten and like Tien
Um,
and all those guys?
I mean, if you think about it, I think you're a little bit your face is a little bit misplaced because you got to think about the fact that um, there are so many B and B and A tiers. There's so many characters that are maybe not the best, but they're definitely very viable, very strong. There's Gohan, there's Cooler, there's including DBS Gohan, which we're seeing right now against Lehi's Blue Goku, and but yeah, exactly, just like so many viable characters that I think we're not going to be seeing a lot of the bottom of the tier list unless someone's really just making a long run through losers going to game freeze very often.
Dango kind of feeling the burn from the relatively low amount of stamina that Super Gohan has access to.
Yeah, he's just shuffling back and forth, trying to get some P blocks. Oh
Wow.
my god, counters that God Fist beautifully, does not get punished for it. This man is a menace when it comes to the ultimates. He's just not as rutty as he looks, dude. And managed to get that super slow activation. Even just the first one is huge because it accrues so much damage, and it's gonna be very helpful in a matchup against Blue Goku, who also is capable of dishing out and receiving a lot of damage.
Very thankfully, Dan does not yet have 3 bars of ki, so Lehigh can rest easy for a little bit.
Yeah. Dan now on Stamina Hell, just gay baby Stamina Jail, not managing to regain a lot of stamina, gets broken, but the Godfist misses somehow. And the Burst Rush, Lehigh is forced to limit Burst because he had no stamina to evade that Burst Rush. That's fantastic for Dan. And now, if he managed to get Lehigh's stamina out of the way, he has more than enough damage to seal the deal. 2 grabs back to back, and he's gonna be very happy with the results of that. Oh, the Rama Senko too. Oh, and another grab.
Oh my gosh.
He dealt so much damage without Lehigh being able to reciprocate in the slightest. This is another grab. Lehigh.
I would
Oh my
say
god,
this is like
another
being
grab
in the
from Village.
blender, but it's more like having a very large whisk.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Lehigh now, all his advantage is just gone, but he perfect blocks the evasive. This is not clear at all. He's gonna, oh my god, Dan still had the limit burst. Dash heavy into Godfist. Lehigh advances. Then the Dango gets sent packing to losers.
Utterly devastating the final few moments of this match. My
Oh my
goodness.
god. That perfect block was so important for Lehigh. He would not have achieved the victory otherwise. That was crazy. Wow. All right. Um, Up next we have Revi versus Multi, and wow, this tournament has already been a very very interesting tournament. I'm very much looking forward to Felix versus Lehigh later in semifinals.
Indubitably. Oh, thank you.
Let's go.
Just gonna set the names in the tournament and then we'll be ready to go.
All right, and all right, Revi versus Multi. Revi is a very strong player that we don't get to see very often. The most we see out of him is just posting his very fancy combos in resources. He has had a few very successful Fuck. That rocket launcher multi is tickling me, sorry. He's packing heat, man. He's trapped. But we're gonna be seeing Pycon from multi. But yeah, as I said, Ravi, of course, a very strong player that we don't see very often, but he has turned heads before in tournament play, and he's gonna be starting off with Toa. Very unusual pick, but a very uncomfortable character to play against if you're not used to the matchup. So definitely not out of question that he could be very successful here against a multi. Oh, it's not even Bikini Toa. That's odd, but Bikini Toa does have much worse stats than her more close counterpart. So let's see what Ravi has in store for us. Managed to score that combo, of course. Very strong priority on Toa's combos. Very easy to get caught by them, but she has to follow a very specific combo string to accrue a lot of damage. And that's gonna be it. Dealing a substantial amount of health there to Multi, but Multi definitely has the advantage in how hard he can just clap back in these situations. The thing is, no matter how poor the character pick may be from Revi, you can never fully count him out. He has picked Cyberman before in a tournament and made a surprisingly deep loser's run with it, nailing those self-destructs on people. So his Toa could still be in it, despite the advantage towards Multi. But yeah, very nice Energy Wave combo into Burning Shot there from Multi. Revi goes for a grab just to set up that Limit Burst, and now he's just ready to go, ready to try to equalize the advantage here against Multi. And oh, managed to score the poison. Now Multi's stamina regen is going to be diminished for the rest of the match. Of course, both the players are in their last health bars, so maybe not as high impact as would have been landing it earlier in the match, but still something to watch out for in these scrambles where both players might spend all their stamina very, very quickly, especially against Toa's combos. It can be devastating to be poisoned. Very nice back and forth here between these two players. Multi really doesn't want to get caught any further. Toa is just so sticky. She's just very hard to get away from. And Revi is just pressing that advantage. He might be winning this match. But Multi scores a very nice burning. Oh, goes for a burning shot. Forces Revi to evade. Gets disoriented by the lock off there for a second, but managed to get back in. Oh, very nice, perfect block to end the match. Oh my god. Shut up, Felix.
Why are these matches so good? My god.
That was scary, wasn't it? Once Revi nailed the poison, I was so worried for your stamina regen. But alas, Revi is gonna be losing his first game here in the tournament. Of course, still it's a best of 3. Let's see what he's gonna be picking against Multi in this next match. Hovering over Oob, UI Goku, a lot of his CACs. Multi is definitely considering his choices here against. I actually looked away the second he picked, so let's see. Oh, Majub. Okay, Majub versus Kale, very interesting pick here. Very interesting matchup in general. I don't think we've seen this a whole lot in tournament before, and definitely a lot of potential for these characters to just deal absurd amount of damage. against each other, and they're repeating combo strings. They're those heavy stun loop that both KO and Majub have access to in their own ways. Can be very tricky to go up against. Oh, very nice evasive gigantic rage, I believe it is. So definitely tries to score a break, Revi tries to break back, but does not manage to do so. Oop, that was a very well charged lightning impact. Revi does not try to evade during it, try to limit burst rather doing it. And oh my god, punishing the oh my god, I'm at a loss for words. He punished the limit burst with the fully charged or almost fully charged evasive there, dealing a hefty amount of damage. And now Revi was very close to losing on the spot there, but managed to regen a lot of stamina and a lot of health with that limit burst. And now the health situation is a lot more even between these two players, but Multi still has that health limit burst in store, as well as that focus sash super soul that he has. So very interested to see what's going to be the result here. Revi caught with 1 bar of stamina, gets stamina broken, and that's going to be it. Super Kamehameha will be erasing Revi here in this winner's bracket. He's going to be sent down to losers, and Multi advances to face off against Ladbros in winners semifinals.
Golly.
that was a fun match. That evasive punish on the limit burst was crazy. I actually thought Greg was about to lose there.
I did not expect it to do all that damage. I was kind of... for some reason I thought it was going to break him, even though he wasn't...
Yeah, you weren't at critical health, but still.
We continue.
Yeah. Up next we have Lehigh versus Felix. I think a matchup no one really saw coming looking at the brackets for this tournament, but...
It's a whole new year.
Yeah, it's a whole new year, a whole new set of matches to be played, and we can just throw out conventions out the window. Let's see how Lehigh is going to be doing, if he's going to continue this deep run into winner's bracket as he has been pulling off so far.
Oh, and good games to Revi, of course. It was electric.
There we have them, Felix and Lehigh. You guys may ready up any moment now. Alright, waiting for input for other players. Still hanging around. Gamma 1 versus Adult Gohan. A bit of a Kana matchup in a way. Very strong characters actually. So I haven't seen much of Felix's Gamma 1, so I'm very interested to see how he's going to be performing with the character here. I know Felix is a little bit more of a Gamma 2 connoisseur, so let's see if his Gamma 1 knowledge is up to snuff as well.
It sure is a good thing I'm taking notes of all this, because we've had some really popular characters going through. Blue Ku, Adulton.
Yeah.
A little tricky to make sure we know who's been who.
Yeah, exactly. goes, oh, perfect blocks the shooting strike, but does not manage to get the follow up there on the teleport. Lehigh is doing very well for himself. Felix is sitting on the ground regenerating stamina. Both players are.
Dennis.
And yeah, cute little interaction there, reflecting that Kill Lemon back to back there. In the end, Lehigh is forced to evasive very early, despite both players regenerating that stamina. Felix forced to vanish. Now both players in critical stamina situation once again.
I still do not quite understand that counter move.
It's a little weird, isn't it? Lehigh gets self break there. Felix tries to anticipate the limit burst, but I don't think Lehigh's limit bursting here if he can help it. Gets predicted, however, with the burst there.
2 for 2.
Oh my god! 2 ults back to back. Felix dishes out like almost 2 health bars of damage in like 3 seconds. That was devastating for Lehigh, and he was taking extra damage thanks to that health limit burst, so that really bit him in the ass there. Unfortunate for Lehigh. Felix takes the first game, but Lehigh was doing really well. I still don't think he's out of it yet.
Interesting to note that Lehigh, I believe, still has access to a mentor and to an Uber character. So
yeah,
he still has plenty of options going further into the tournament.
Yeah, like I would not be shocked to see like a DBS Broly coming out of nowhere here, trying to okay, seems like Lehigh might have his game might have frozen, so we have to wait just a little bit to get this next match underway. But yeah, I would not be shocked to see like Lehigh picking something like DBS Broly or a very strong mentor like Mentor Jiren, something like that, to try to counteract Felix and keep himself in winner's bracket. So of course, like Adult Gohan, not a bad character, and he didn't perform badly with it. If his limit burst didn't get read so devastatingly, I think it's very likely that he could have swung that match back around. So it really remains to be seen. It's not out of question that Lehigh could win with a more normal character and save his potent picks for even potentially later on in the tournament.
After Sign, Goku, Pycon, and Gamma 1, Felix has plenty of options as well.
Yeah, he's conserving his his strongest picks for later on the tournament. He definitely yearns for that tournament win, and it being a double elimination tournament, should he go for
Wow, what are the odds?
Wow. Do you think the players might have agreed to this? This is a little bit surprising. Now, is this Mentor Blue Vegito or is this standard? That's what remains to be seen. Is this Mentor Blue Gogeta? I don't think so, using that Super Soul, but you never know. Oh, very nice grab there by Lehigh. Tries to go for the Spirit Stab, does not manage to connect, but this is a fast neutral in here by Lehigh, and Felix is suddenly not in such a comfortable spot anymore. Even a stamina disadvantage, but also a health one. Raw Savage Strike gets heavily punished there. Managed to score a perfect block. Oh my god. This is devastating for Lehigh. Gets stamina broken there. And oh my god, is Felix gonna... Oh, I thought he might be losing here on the spot, but Felix got a little bit too zesty with it, just a little too eager to punish. Goes for that damage up on the Kamehameha, just absorbs the Kame, but does not manage to convert it into any damage whatsoever. Felix now, last 2 bars of stamina and last bar of health. This is not looking good for him. He has 3 bar evasive and an attack limit burst, and Lehigh is gonna get enough stamina back to not lose on the spot here, actually. So Felix playing a little bit conservative, but he might be losing on the spot if Lehigh managed to force him out of that last 2 bars of stamina.
I like that Felix doesn't quite go in for the kill now, even though he's got a very helpful attack burst. Base
oh my god,
Luke Gogeta. Not too many things he could work with, and
oh my god,
there's the consequence.
Yeah, wow, that was, oh man, a little slight inaccuracy there by Felix trying to punish that limit burst resulted in him losing the stamina game and consequently the health game at that. So Lehigh converted that advantage beautifully and is gonna even up the score 1-1.
A very Kino match leading to a very Kino 1 against 1.
Yeah. This is beautiful right here. We're witnessing some really, really high quality Xenoverse today.
Absolutely. These have just been a joy to watch. And do.
Yeah, for sure. Great start to our year of tournaments in 2023. Vegeta versus Gogeta. A little... I mean... What is he cooking is all I have to ask. Lehigh has to win this match to continue in winner's bracket, and he has the opportunity to against a player that's considered by most to be the favorite here, but instead of opting for like a mentor or an Uber, he's just going for plain old Majin Vegeta. I mean, he must be really confident in his skills with the character.
I guess of all the Vegetas you could have picked, you might as well pick Majin.
I mean, I guess, but still. And Felix is playing Super Saiyan Gogeta, just not a weak character in the slightest. Should he get a heavy break, he can just kill from that, like from full health. So,
I think we're about to find out.
Yeah.
The grab resets.
Yeah, but I mean, what? Oh my god, take care of your mother, Trunks! Oh god. That's devastating for Lehigh. Bro, dude, why not just DBS Broly? What did you have to lose by doing that? You could have been in winners finals, my dude.
If it makes you feel any better, Felix can't do that again.
Yeah, definitely one of the more potent picks that Felix had access to erase here. But man, it must sting to be right at the cusp of finals and lose like that. Well, up next we have Ladbros versus yourself, so yeah, we're gonna have to remake the room, but man,
I don't know what I'm acting goofy about. He's probably gonna bring out the Super Broly against me. Oh wait, actually? Yeah, he could. But at least he won't have the ability to bring out a mentor. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, his mentors are out, but he still has a CC and an Uber to work with.
He's only been in one match so far, so between Pan and Adulton, not a lot of data I have. But at least it's the same story with me. Let's get into it. Actually, after I set the names.
Yeah. All right. So, Multi versus Ladbros. Looking forward to this match. Ladbros, of course, has always been a quality player, but has never managed to make it super deep in tournaments. And we've seen this matchup before, usually going in favor of Multi, but Ladbros has won it in the past. And if he's playing as clean as he was in his match against me, I hope he's gonna be putting on a great show here in this tournament.
Am I a god?
We're seeing God Goku? Interesting pick there by Multi. Goku versus Vegeta, of all things. That's a really curious choice. Of course, Multi choosing Super Saiyan God Goku means he cannot pick Super Saiyan Blue Goku in the remainder of the tournament. So very odd that he went for that. But both players boasting a similar amount of stamina, and God Goku, of course, having access to that Ki Blast Cannon. It might prove to be a 500 IQ move here by Multi, should he be able to convert into those Ki Blast Cannon loops. Damage there by Multi, but drops the combo there. Multi, you're okay. You still have armor burst, you know. Don't use it now. Anyway, a very questionable choices there by contestant Multi. He just does 2 light attacks into Super Kamehameha, gets punished for its troubles, but managed to clap back here, maybe potentially bouncing back with that Ki Blast Cannon, should he manage to win neutral a handful more times, but goes for the armor limit burst to ensure he can regen a little bit of stamina. I don't hate that in the slightest. Gets grabbed for troubles, but very minimal damage, and punishes the Ki Wave, charge Ki Wave by Ladbros. Of course, Ladbros on his last 3 bars of stamina, having a 3-bar evasive, both these players having a 3-bar evasive, that forced to use his limit burst, but now he's not going to be having any evasive in anytime soon. So, but the Ki Blast Cannon was too far away to connect, and now Ladbros suddenly boasting a little bit of an advantage here, but forced to vanish. Let's see if Multi can catch him once again, or if his 2 bars of stamina are gonna go away, evening out the situation. And this time, the Ki Blast Cannon will work. Multi wins with Super Saiyan God Goku. And I mean, a win's a win. Goku's out of the picture, but he brought Goku and he won. So can't be too upset about that.
To be honest, a part of it was that I forgot that I could use Blue Q, and another part was that I also wanted to use Ki Cannon.
Very valid. I mean, you got a win. Can't argue with a win. So let's see what both these players are going to be picking next. Multi, of course, already used his Spicon and his Bajub rather. I don't think we're going to be seeing rather, we can't be seeing any of these characters from him, but this guy can play a whole bevy of characters, and he never sticks with one for too long, so this is really a tournament for him. Skimming through the characters. Oh, the Gogetas. 15 seconds on the clock. He might be choosing either of them. Goes for the Super Saiyan Gogeta, trusting to replicate the feat of Felix in ending the match very quickly with that super strong Stardust Breaker, or Soul Punisher rather. wrong game developer name to the attack. But still, um, Piccolo versus Gogeta, definitely a very uncertain matchup. Piccolo, of course, very strong character that we've seen in the past. I chose him myself. Opted not to go for the mentor. I don't think Letgos is choosing mentor Piccolo either. So definitely something to watch out for. This is the Kamikolo variant, so he has access to that Sonic Kick, Light Grenade, and a few other moves. I'm not too sure if he has like 2 ults or something like that. But Key Blast Cannon from Multi is gonna whiff. Gets an attempt at a punish there by Latros, but still gets caught out in the end by those very high priority Gogeta combos. With the Light Grenade, that's always the trouble with that super attack. It's very rewarding if it lands, but not every Piccolo knockback lines up perfectly, especially when accounting for stage boundaries. Multi with the Key Blast Cannon there, Latros could have punished with even a stamina break, but chooses just start a combo. These players are playing very fast, so there's not room for these high pressure decisions like that. So couldn't convert into a lot of high damage, but he's boasting the advantage here and still has Kamikolo in the pocket. So if he gets his stamina back throughout the course of the match, he could be increasing his lead very substantially. And Multi manually vanishes there. A little bit of a missing, but potentially a little bit of desync maybe between these two players, but still not sure there. But Multi now in a very disadvantageous situation. That girl's forced to evasive, but scores a stamina break and goes for the special beam cannon. Still has time to do one more. Oh, Hellzone Grenade! Hellzone Grenade! And Multi can't limit where's that? Oh my god, that almost killed him. Jesus Christ, the Hellzone Grenade. Multi, of course, has all his stamina back, but one dashing heavy, one straight grab will just finish him off. And Legros has been very good at converting those one-hit situations into wins. So, oh, the evasive will do the trick, punishing the Ki Blast Cannon. Unfortunate for Multi, but his Gogeta is out of the picture. Oh yeah, he has no mentors, you're right, Felix. It's just he blew his so early that I actually completely lost track of it. Alright, round 3 between Ladgross and Multi. A lot of these matches have been round 3s, and you have to be a little bit concerned about that situation because these players are running out of characters fast, at least of comfort picks. But Multi, of course, still has access to CCs, still has access to Ubers, and he still has access to mentors. So he's eyeing his CAC right now, not wanting to be sent to loser's bracket. I definitely can't disagree with a choice like that. He's choosing his presets, and with not enough time on the clock, he's just gonna stick with it. He's going with his CAC, and versus Ledgross's TN. Ledgross maybe not too concerned about losing this match, even though it is a match point between these two players. He's just content that he's getting this very strong pick out of Multi, and should he win this? This is a massive win because he's definitely not the favorite in a matchup like this. The tier gap is like palpable. Multi spending a lot of stamina early. Legros playing a very unassailable style TN here. Still hasn't lost a single stamina bar. Dealing not most damage in the world, but still just increasing his lead here in this matchup. Does not fall for the Phantom Fist. Of course, a back hit into Tri-Beam. That's actually so good by Ladbros. This player, oh my god, he's just improving so much. He's always been a monster on the technical side of things, but he's playing so smart. in this match. And now Multi a little bit on the back foot despite being on CAC. Oh my god, Legros might be getting, might be, oh my god. Okay, a little bit too greedy there to go for the Tri-Beam. Now he's on 0 stamina, but he still has that armor limit burst, I believe. So, not the end of the world. And, oh my god, but the Saturday Crash and Multi is on full key. He might be able to kill from this range. Oh man. I mean, it does a lot of damage even through the limit burst. It's still not clear who's going to be taking this match, but man, oh man, this is oh, whiffed stamina break there by Legros. I'm not sure he should be going for that still. He could get punished very, very easily, and he does not have the health. Is this? Oh my god, that grab did enough health. And Legros will be sent to losers, but Multi now not able to pick his CAC, his strongest pick, and heading into winners finals. This is a little bit of a troublesome spot. Legros just being like a godsend for Felix here, and now Felix does not have to worry about the Multi CAC.
Oh man, that was that rust hurt. I figured I have a most comfortable character right now, and I wanted to sacrifice the CAC so I wouldn't have to use it. But here we are.
Valid. Well, I mean, it's you versus Felix. You don't even have to remake the room. But how are you feeling going to this next match, Multi?
Well, I can tell that Felix is definitely not rested on his laurels in this off season, while I most certainly have. But you know, the fact that I've done so well in these past matches so far is really helped out with the confidence. So I'm ready to do a really nice match with Xenoverse.
Let's definitely have some fun with this matchup here. It's best of 5, so we're going the distance in terms of characters and in terms of high level Xenoverse to be played. Oh, Felix, no peeking, please. Let's be respectful of the streamer.
Okay, let's get going.
Android 16 versus Adult Gohan. Android 16 is a character that has always been a sleeper pick, but also very strong. But something to keep in mind is that I-Beam and Rocket Tackle both got nerfed over the course of the recent patches, and now Android 16 maybe not as high in the position as he once was in the tier list. Managed to counter the Kamehameha with a very nice Rocket Tackle, but still definitely not the strongest character Felix could be picking, so goes to show that he's still trying to conserve his high level picks, even despite the fact that this is Winners Finals. Maybe a misinput there on that evasive, I have to imagine. Sorry about that. I got talked to in real life. But still, Felix is just substantiating his lead here. Multi, last 2 bars of stamina, he does have a 2-bar evasive, but not a great situation to be in, especially with a health disadvantage. He has access to a health limit burst, and he's gonna choose to use it right here, right now. But he has to make something happen and fast if he's aiming to win this match. Oh my god, these rocket tackles, Multi can't do anything about them. If there's any solace is that Felix can't pick Android 16 in the upcoming matches. But oh man, what a rough start to this set of matches. And we can see that Felix is not trying to really underestimate his opponent. He's not tanking any of his picks so far, but he's not really showing his full hand either. He's just taking those high-level, mid-level characters. And Whis versus UI Goku. This is I have no idea what this matchup looks like. Felix is very good at perfect blocking, so no shocker. He should be draining a lot of stamina here from UI Goku, but he does have a 3-bar evasive. He doesn't have the most stamina, and Moti is not the weakest UI Goku player either. So if he wins neutral as often as already have in these first few seconds of the match, he could be just demolishing Felix's health very, very easily. And Felix is trying to play for the long game, trying to play for the perfect blocks, trying to drain UI Goku's stamina with those Freaky Blasts, but definitely still very unclear match between these two players. Oh my god. Multi now on 0 stamina. Felix just content to increase his health lead because, yeah, Multi is gonna break himself without Felix's interference in the slightest. And punishes the limit burst. There was nothing Multi could do. He saw Felix just guarding there, but there was nothing. It was a lose-lose situation. And Felix, match point now, 2-0, up 2-0 versus Multi. And Multi has to make something happen here if he wants to stay in winner's bracket.
You ever see that video of the guy looking all happy? He has like the hamburger. He's like, "This is how you eat a Big Mac." Someone walks up, smacks it out of his hand, falls on the dirt.
Yeah.
That's me right now. That's how I'm.
Wait! It's best of 5.
Oh, right. All right. Okay.
You could still eat that Big Mac. Dude.
Here's how.
Just go for it. Here's how.
It is an exercise in insanity trying to figure out like a strategy based on characters he's already picked. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Not really much rhyme or reason between them.
Yeah, Felix is just playing a little bit of everything. So yeah, just I think you gotta rock what you're most comfortable with. Also, you might. I mean. UI Goku versus GT Goku. Sure is a lot of Gokus here, and of course these two are very strong picks. I was repping GT Goku myself earlier. He has a lot of breakless damage that UI Goku can't really afford to take, so that's pretty good, but contending with UI Goku in neutral is always such a scary prospect, no matter what character you were picking. And a clash is gonna give Multi some respite, but he's just struggling to really get in on this guy right now. Oh my god. Dashing heavy into Soaring Fist. Tries to go for a third Soaring Fist. A little bit ambitious there by Felix, but he's definitely holding a very substantial lead. Does not vanish Spanish until the later hits of GT Goku's combos. And oh my god, Multi drops the LHHH conversion, or the alternating rather, conversion there. Perfect blocks the Soaring Fist, but this is looking pretty much over. Gets stamina broken for his troubles. This is how you eat a Big Mac, and Felix had none of it. Just left it out of stand. And Felix advances to Grand Finals 3-0. So I guess this is it, but Multi is still in Losers Finals locked in place, so he could still come back. He's just gonna have to spend a lot of characters to do so.
People of Kantan City, have you been to the Hero Coliseum yet? There you can enjoy explosive figure battles using the state-of-the-art battle simulator.
Alright, Revi versus Blades of Might. This should be a very cool match to watch, actually. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see if I can get him. Alright. Thank you, Revi. Thank you very much. All right.
Gamma 1 versus Krillin?
Even match, let's go.
I'm not too sure about that.
I would have gone with preset 2. I believe that that gives Krillin his most valuable attributes, his great access to energy wave combo and the like. But I can definitely see the advantages of this preset as well. With its 2-bar evasive, unique among the Krillin presets, I can go all day with this.
The Krillin connoisseur here, Multi, and we're definitely very enthralled by this pick of Revi here, because, you know, if he's picking a character, he probably has some sauce he's practiced with before. I'm sure he's gonna find a way to stun us by landing Scatter Kamehameha or something crazy like that. So let's see what he has in store for us with this Krillin pick. But so far, Blade's definitely posting the advantage here. And there's always there's always this element also where like Blades is blowing out another of his great picks here in Gamma 1, but Krillin here not a high value pick. So if Revi loses here, and he does,
He just got shot in the head.
it's not a big deal, you know. He just lost Krillin, but Blades just lost Gamma 1, and between that and his feud that he played earlier, and I believe Bluku as well, he's running out of great high tier comfort picks to play here against Revi. So let's see if Revi can just bounce back with stronger picks of his own now that Blades is running out of steam.
He's just messing around. This is a PC tourney, though we do have plenty of friends on the Switchverse Discord server that host tourneys themselves.
Sorry, I was looking at something. Yeah, There's a Discord that we have partnered with in other occasions where they host Switch tournaments, but this is a PC tournament. This is primarily a PC server. Oh, Jiren from Blades versus Few from Revi. Both characters are very similar in the way that they play with those dashing light tap cancels, but I'm I'm a little bit curious because Jiren definitely has fantastic damage output, whereas Few really doesn't. But Few has many great tools in Confusion Blade, in Remote Series Bomb, in his Super Soul and his Health Burst. So definitely some attributes that he holds over Jiren. Let's see how both these players are going to be utilizing each distinction between the characters here.
A touch and go match so far. Both these guys have pretty interesting neutrals themselves. Kind of nice to see them go head to head. Jiren, of course, has some really nice abilities to just zoom in, get some hits in, while Fu, I would say, probably has the opposite of that.
That was so cool, actually. The energy mic field triggering on the super back jump. Of course, the iframes prevent that from having any impact, but it was a cool visual for sure. And Revi, of course, is just going for those knockbacks into energy minefield. Not much consistency in terms of follow up there, but still, when it works, it can be very, very forcing move. Very thankful for that clash is Revi, who is able to accrue a little bit of stamina back. He's gonna be needing a lot of it to survive these Jiren combos, as he's able to evade another one of those, but still on the back foot here in terms of health situation between these two players. I suppose we're going to be seeing a health burst from Revi relatively soon. Blades goes for another grab, managed to score it, still just furthering his health lead here. I think, like, if Revi goes down to below 3 bars, or 2 bars of stamina rather, we could be seeing a lot of damage coming from Jiren's Meteor Crash or those very high damage options that he boasts here.
I can appreciate trying to get some use out of the homie key blast. It didn't seem to give him too much mileage though, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely not not posing the biggest threat here for Blades of Might are those homing key blasts, but still not clear at all. He goes for that meteor crash. Revi is still on his very last bar of stamina, but he still has that health burst, and Blades maybe trying to finish off the match too quickly, is spending all of his stamina. Oh my god, Red reads the limit burst though, and oh god, who's gonna catch who here in the scenario? If Revi managed to score even like a long alternating into a full power into blast volley, that could be enough to close this health gap, but Blades is just not affected at all. It's just playing systematically, and Revi now again on this last sliver of health, last bar of stamina, 0 stamina, and a quick combo is gonna finish him off. Blades of Might advances to losers round 2.
Sad to see, but you know, once we saw that it was such a close match, however, Blade still had a little under a full bar. A little under a full bar is a lot of health to Fu, so...
Yeah, definitely so.
There's a fly, and I can't... I don't know. Nobody understands what it's like to be me.
Okay. Anyway, next we can do the other match in losers round 2, then Dango versus Pocky. And give give Blades a little breathing room here, a little time to cool down and prepare for his next match against myself in losers round 2. Dango versus Pocky. I think like Pocky played a really mean game in his very first match, and then of course was playing a great game at that, but he got a little too greedy, too zesty, too creative with those raw ultimates, and ultimately he dropped down to losers here. Now there's a lot on the line. If you lose this match, you're out of the tournament. So let's see how Dan is going to be adjusting for the matches here against Pocky.
You can absolutely tell that both of these guys have so much more to offer to this tournament. Just by how amazing their first winners bracket run was, however short it may have been. So I am very excited to see how these guys do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Pocky lost to the guy who's in the grand finals right now, so there's definitely no shame in getting sent to losers by someone who's of the caliber of Felix. And Dan, of course, lost to Lehigh, who made a fantastic losers run, and still it was very close. He could have beaten Lehigh, so definitely very high caliber players here, and I'm looking forward to some great Xenoverse between these two.
Well, that's strange. Pocky might have been having some issues staying in the lobby, but once Dan left, now it's good.
What?
Fingers crossed. All right, go, go, go. I love problems that resolve themselves. Nice choices.
All right, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, Super Saiyan God Goku. That's mentor God Goku, so definitely a strong pick here. Dan utilizing his first mentor of the tournament, but still unable to catch Pocky with his Blue Gogeta. Ooh, Kaioken. Oh, a bit of a long story. He's going for that setup, huh?
And what setup might that be?
Yeah, he's utilizing a bit of a long story to try to keep Pocky in Gay Baby Stamina Jail. You can dish out a lot of damage doing that. And he's using Kaioken Assault, the first input specifically, to set up those charged Ki Blasts. It's being used to pretty good effect by Dan in the past, and he also has God Fist for the exact same purpose here, except he's not even going for that because the follow-up from Super God Fist forces Pocky to vanish. So, wait, what?
It didn't seem like it was damaging his stamina, was it?
The description for a bit of a long story for the longest time said increased charged Ki Blast damage, and it seems to be doing just that. Pocky took a lot of damage, but no stamina drain whatsoever. That's. I mean, it's not even necessarily the best setup, but it still managed to overwhelm Pocky. Then the Dango wins first match here in losers bracket. or first round, first battle.
Here we go into game 2. Precarious position for one of our contestants.
A Woken hit by Palki. Of course, Palki here, it's potentially his last match of the tournament. This is match point for Dango. So he's just going all out. He's bringing the Awoken hit here versus Dango's Bojack, of all things. So this is a very unusual matchup. I think Dan probably has quite a bit of experience playing against Awoken hit, especially considering the last Universal Tournament he was in a team that played all hits. He most certainly has had his fill of practice against the character, but still hit. It's still hit at the end of the day. It's still Palki with the ability to toss out those jump spikes. So it remains to be seen if Bojack is enough to close the gap on a character like that.
Honestly, it is kind of fun just to see Bojacking. I mean, not always the most popular character to use in tournament, which is why I really enjoy this tournament format. It gives us a chance to see a little bit more of these underused characters.
Yeah, definitely so.
And he has plenty of high damaging stuff himself.
Absolutely. Dan, of course, even master of like creative setups, has managed to do a breakless Grand Smasher before with Bojack. So it's definitely like not a look we've seen from Dango in a really long time, but he's definitely proficient with the character, and he's very proficient with a lot of characters. So definitely in his comfort zone here. And 1 minute and a half into the match, and Palki already on his last bar of health, last few bars of stamina, and then showing that he's very comfortable against this Awoken hit.
An unfortunate time to do that limit burst, but doesn't seem to be too bad of a punish.
Yeah, not terrible, but Palki is still sitting on 0 stamina. This could be it. Yeah, this is definitely it. Finishing off with a heavy break, just for style points. Palki is out of the tournament. Then Dango advances 2-0. He's gonna facing off against Ledgros in losers round 3.
Well done to both contestants.
Alright, next up is me versus Blades. So I'm gonna be joining up the lobby, and you can get Blades invited right in the way.
And there we have it.
Blade's giving me hints that he might be playing CAC for this match, so I'm looking forward to it. Let's have some great fun here in Great Games Universe. Be muting myself now.
I don't even know if I should even mention that possibly a chance he's just messing with him to try and force him to use a good character as well. But I guess we'll find out. Oh. Well, alright. Blades cashes in his CAC card, while Psyker goes for a nice DLC character, Buhan. A little bit tricky himself, but Definitely a challenge if you want to get through the innate advantages that a CAC has access to. Already going into future Super Saiyan. Always advantageous to have a stat increase you can turn on with such low commitment. Blade's making use of Death Beam neutral. Getting a few pokes in when he can. Oh my gosh, already a Circle Flash. The talk of the town in the DLC in which it was released when we had a tournament around it. Takes out a fair chunk of Psyker's health already. And Blaze has plenty more ki to go. How does he intend to counter? These gnarly ki stuns are giving Blaze advantages in neutral. Psyker is forcing himself to use some stamina in order to get out of the evasives, keep the pressure going. Some nice evasion of the ghosts. We're seeing some already some adaptation into this match. Psyker kind of being a little bit more wary against the death beams. But with absolutely how quickly Blaze is gaining back his ki, well, with that particular Super Soul, and I believe an additional unintended mechanic coming with it, he has all the ki he could ever want. And Psyker wishing he had that same situation going on for his stamina. Wow. I think what he was going for was to try and use Circle Flash while underwater, rise up as he's throwing it in order to catch Psyker completely by surprise. Thankfully, or unthankfully, depending on how you look at it, hit the grip before it could get out of the water. We can definitely see Psyker taking an interest in taking it slower. Wow, the ghost actually protected him from the death beam there. Unless it was just a lucky coincidence when it came to the range. I can tell Psyker hates to use his stamina when he can, but you cannot deny that those have been very helpful in him staying ahead of these moves. Yeah, the ghosts block Death Beam. Wow, that's really cool. Okay. Psyker's happy to use the approaching ghost as a way to help him out when he's approaching in neutral. Unfortunately, unlike Super Boo, it doesn't seem that he has too many zoning options of his own to look out for aside from the ghosts, which do not seem to be quite as fantastic as Gotank's ghosts were. He misses the Super Kame, and Blaze is about to get a very nice stamina refresh, but not before turning into candy. Psyker, unfortunately, not able to recover too much stamina on account that he wants to just stay ahead, make sure he doesn't get caught in a slow turnaround if the candy gets behind him and uncandifies. Very nice damage coming from the ghosts, the ghost homies. A nice reverse burst dash, while maybe not very necessary, saved him from the imminent doom of the Circle Flash. Blaze pops his own health burst. Suddenly, this match has changed its tune as both contestants appear very even. It depends on how much mileage Blaze is going to get out of the rest of this health burst. And stamina burst, let's not forget. "50 seconds remain, and this match almost looks like it had just started. We could be seeing our first timeout of the tournament here. Looks like Psyker was able to avoid that remote Sirius bomb. Ooh, a little bit of weird connection there, encouraging Blades to use up a little bit more stamina. Giving Psyker a necessary advantage that he might need if he wants to get out of this alive. 16, 15 seconds. Blade's just trying to get away from him, trying to keep head of that health advantage that he believes he has, which he may very well have. 5. Psyker goes for a Hail Mary special beam blast. Blade's just going for a Neo kick for fun. What's the verdict? Blades takes the point. Well, the bad news is that Psyker is one match away from elimination from this tournament. On the bright side, Blades has lost his CAC, so we're going to find out what more will be happening from here on. Oh my god. He's bigger. He's badder. Psyker's male Majin going up against the very threatening, as always, Bardock. Looks like Blades is throwing caution to the wind now, going for the best characters he can to clutch on to this tournament run. While Psyker goes for his CAC. This will be a very interesting turnout depending on how this goes. Of course, male Majin, outrageous defensive stats, the ability to utterly stack up on health and stamina. Versus Bardock, a very extremely well-rounded character, almost on par with like a CAC, even as a regular character. Youch! But is that enough to get past the highly damaging supers that Psyker has on top of everything else? He looks like that purple, you know, that purple girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's heinous, but the results speak for themselves. Psyker has not lost even 1 bar of stamina so far. Or at least has not stayed that way. On top of the incredible key regen he is experiencing on part of his combos and getting hit, it seems like he'll be able to continue doing male Majin things. Indubitably. Bardock makes use of some tachyon manipulation in order to cross through space and time to grab Psyker there. Getting fair damage that you can't quite deny. Psyker puts on Potential Unleashed, one move being set against another, allowing him to have even more, you know, bulk and damage on top of that. Ooh. Wasn't quite able to react to ×4 in time to get a break, which would have been amazing for him. 3 minutes remain. Which in male Majin time might be longer than you might expect, or shorter than you might expect. It would all depend on how well Psyker or Bardock, or Blades, rather, is going to be able to get through this. You might think Janema's the only one able to cross dimensions that way, but nah, it's Bardock. And a health burst on top of it. Dastardly. Psyker has such a wealth of resources at his hands. He is more than happy to use up some stamina in order to make sure that his health regeneration goes unimpeded. Here we are, less than half a bar of health from Blades versus still in the green Psyker. On the bright side, it would only take maybe a vanish or two, and Blades might be able to undo that massive defense increase that male Majins have as a stat buff. But Psyker's just okay to take the hits, if that means that he doesn't have to give up that advantage. A grab seals it. Psyker evens up the match. So it's not over yet.
That was a match of the universe, for sure.
Four-dimensional Xenoverse, maybe.
Oh my god. Wow. 1-1, right?
Yes.
Alright.
A very worthy use of your CAC. But now, he has it no more.
Yeah, let's see what ends up happening in this next match.
He still has access to his mentor and to an Uber. While Blaze's resources in the character choosing department have become rather slim, he's used his CAC, he's used an Uber, he's used the mentor, and he's used many of his best characters. So we'll have to see what all he has left in order to close out this set.
I knew this would happen. I knew it.
He has. I believe he used his hit awoken during the first set of the tournament. Or his first set of the tournament, rather. And since he's used an Uber again, that quite possibly means Blade's disqualification. Or at least a loss of the round and therefore a loss of the set. I'm wondering if they're going to figure it out. You know, unnecessarily, however unnecessary the match may be, it is pretty interesting to see Super Broly and Z Broly actually fighting each other. I mean, that is never something we've had in a tournament, as far as I can remember. Which is, you know, at least fun to see. An unintended side effect of this is that I suppose you have some ideas of what you might be looking forward to for the rest of the tournament, depending on the characters or the players that still have access to their Ubers, if they choose to go the route of choosing Z Broly or Super Broly. I guess this match that does not, I mean, it's going to count as a loss for Blades, but it does give you a chance to kind of see what options these guys are going to have available to them. Grabbed him out of the powered shell, man. I didn't know you could do that. His ki is building, overflowing. His skin is frigid. His skin is cold. Rock, paper, scissors. Super Broly grabs the ground. Z Broly grabs Super Broly. I guess the air grabs one of the Brolys then. Going for a Ga, it actually seemed to work out for him. What am I even saying? This match doesn't matter. Let's allow Psyker back into the commentator booth, which is a real physical thing. And then we can hear his take on the situation.
Oh man.
Are they laughs or sobs? You decide.
uh, Blades, come on! It's in the announcement. It's in a big black box that I even separated. But also, I literally forgot myself.
You forgot?
I forgot during the match. I was playing the match. I was like, man, I'm out of the tournament, bro. And then it's and then I realized he played. Oh my god! Hold up. Hold up. I need to show him this to make sure there's no misunderstanding. Oh man. All right. That's just unfortunate. Oh my god. Sorry, Blades. In this glorious day, you were the greatest Dragon Ball fan.
Psycho takes a set.
Ow. Bulma's making me deaf. Hold up. Ah, Jesus. Okay. But yeah, let's move on to Lagros versus Danadango. I need I need to I need to have a moment. This is the stupidest thing that has ever happened in the tournament.
Okay, so for the reference of our contestants,
Yeah.
Dan has used his mentor, but he hasn't used a CAC or an Uber. Ladgros has used a mentor and has not used an Uber or a CAC.
So we might see both these players putting out using either of those options in this match. Alright. Looking forward to it. Man, had Blaze not used hit earlier, that would have been so good for him. He honestly played that Broly versus Broly way better than I could have ever anticipated. I can make all sorts of claims that like the lag was on his side or whatever, but he just had my number there.
It's a shame that Lad already used Adulton and Dan already used Super Gohan. That would have been a fun matchup to see.
Oh, absolutely. It would have been great. But, I mean, the inverse is always open, you know?
Oh.
Vidal versus Piccolo. This is a cool matchup, actually.
Looks like Dan's going to give Lad a piece of his own medicine with that preset of Piccolo there.
See what he did there? The medicine, the doctor. And so begins the match between these two. Both spending... Oh, wait. Was that Special Beam Blast?
It was Special Beam Blast, and it worked.
Is this Mentor Piccolo, though? Does Piccolo have a preset with Special Beam Blast? Someone in chat help me out with this. I really don't want to go check right now. Okay, good. Newt came to the rescue. Okay, so this is regular preset Piccolo, but that's incredible that he's using a preset with Special Beam Blast, because that evasive, as someone who's played Buhan just now, it's so bad. It's really not good. But I also did play Buhan badly, and if there's one thing that Dango is a clever player that can use Evil Fly Strike in neutral and get punished for it.
Oh, so he's using preset 2 at Piccolo. That's interesting. I guess that would mean we've only seen...
Oh my god, he's gonna die to this. Dango, please.
I couldn't even wager a guess as to what he might do in order to clear out 2 bars of health within this time frame.
I mean, he does have and it's gone. The attack burst is gone. But
Lesser known fact, you can block the homie key blast from behind.
That was a interesting situation there. But yeah, this is definitely a tough hill to climb here for Dango. He just has very little stamina to work with, very little health to work with. He doesn't have a burst anymore, and I mean, he's just trying to do the paralyzed beam thing there. I don't know what his ultimate goal is, but this is not gonna be enough then. Still, he does have one round still to play around. If he loses here, still not over. But oh, that was almost pretty good. But definitely still on the back foot despite the gap consistently closing. And a whiffed Evil Flight Strike is definitely not gonna help his case any.
Ladgro's definitely feeling it.
If false confirmed, Dan could have punished that. Maybe there's a desync actually, so maybe wise not to, but still.
Woo!
Wow.
There's Ladgros with the first point of the set.
Wow.
He just has the tools to punish that particular thing.
Dude.
I
mean, Ladgros, I'm sorry for ever saying you don't play smart, because he actually used the Meteor Crash because Piccolo was locking into a 3-bar evasive. So, not enough stamina that was gonna seal the deal. Actually, fantastic play there. And Ladgros deservedly takes the first point. Let's see if Dan wakes up, plays a good game of Xenoverse, or if this is how it goes out, you know?
For those that are keeping track at home, this is going to be the 7th character pick from both of these contestants. I wonder how high that number is going to get by the end of this.
I know, right? Out of 100 characters and such, like, this is... We're barely scratching the surface here.
The very strong Mass Saiyan versus a CAC.
Ladgros hasn't picked Bardock yet, right? Just making sure.
Right. But that's not Bardock, that's a Mass Saiyan.
Still. Okay, so just making sure. Yeah, Ladgros looking to seal this off. Mass Saiyan, of course, one of the stronger Bardock presets, has access to Phantom Fist, has access to Slow, Poison, has access to Super Key Explosion, which is really good. And to top it all off, it has really good stats. So, but Dango's on his CAC, and if I remember correctly, Dango made the Universal Tournament last year by playing the CAC. So let's see if Mastering is gonna be enough here against this. Oh my God, endless shoot. Okay, Dango's come online. He's done playing. Hopefully.
I can definitely appreciate the attempts to get off some status effects onto Dango, but that endeavor is definitely cost him a lot of health and stamina.
Absolutely. God, that Male Saiyan combo with the Urain is just so good.
I respect the color coordination too.
Right? Oh my God! Backstep! Oh no, Ladros!
He has put on his thinking cap.
Dude, that was a dastardly trap there by Dan. But yeah, Ladros still not out, but this is wow. Maybe he can go for a stamina break off a grab? Nah, not the correct angle for that.
Caught in the burst
God.
dash.
Man, that's devastating. All right, then the Dango takes a game off of Ladros. However, Dan is not able to use the CC any longer. So let's see what the next character picks are going to be for these two, because it's starting to run dry. The comfort picks, we're getting removed from the territory very fast.
The well is getting tapped. Are wall sound breaks banned under wobbling?
Yes, but well, not like this tournament. I'm just letting out loose because you only get one match. Most people already expanded their Goku and Bardock picks as well, but you're correct. I should have made it clear that that rule wasn't gonna apply for this tournament.
Felix has not used Goku or Bardock yet, as a side note.
Yeah. But I mean, what if he just loses DBS Broly still, you know? Ice Sharon versus Captain Ginyu.
Admittedly, a strong pick from on Dango's part.
Oh, Felix just sent me a screenshot. I did include wobbling as a ban. Okay, so there you go. You may not stamina break on the walls with Goku and shit. I guess I was on the fence about that and just couldn't remember what I had decided on. Might be.
Of all the characters, I would say Ginyu has the most interesting caveat when it comes to this whole one character slot per use thing. Considering 3 different characters look like him, and he can make himself look like those same characters too.
Yeah. The way we're handling Ginyu is only the character slot is being counted. So you can technically play Goku with Ginyu's body or Trunks with Ginyu's body and have that count as extra copies of Ginyu. Or you can play Ginyu and have that count as extra copies of Goku or Trunks. But still, like, it's just another couple uses out of this character, and I'm very interested to see if anyone is gonna go for that. I'm surprised Ladros chose the regular Captain Ginyu, but of course this Ginyu preset's no slouch. We've seen JJK and other people do really well with Ginyu in the past.
I always like that Ginyu tends to be a bit of a wild card when it comes to these tournaments with special character rules. You could also play as Vegeta in, I think it was Ginyu in Vegeta's body. Why in the world would you want to do that?
Yeah, you can do that for a very potent body change because your opponent's going to be stuck in a useless body, but that means you gotta land said body change with that useless Ginyu body in the first place, so that's a tall order. Oh god, forcing that Absolute Zero. Now Dan is on 0 bars of stamina, and Lagros was risking, was threatening a lot of damage because he was using that. Oh my god, he broken. Dan still has burst. Lagros, of course, fully aware of that, trying to predict it. Does not manage to do so, but this is tricky as all hell. Oh my god, grabs him out of the ice field.
I wonder if Ginyu, with his very similar grab to Goku, is capable of doing wall follow-ups just like anyone else.
Probably, but not with his no mentor toolkit. I'm not even sure he gets any wave combo as a mentor. Probably does, but in case he doesn't, I'm not sure grab into Milky Cannon works. Maybe it does, so I'm interested in that.
It looks like it goes to Dan.
Very clean Ice Shenron there. Lagros played a really good game, but didn't manage to score like enough. I guess enough neutral wins. That ice field, those absolute zeros are very threatening, and then use them very well. Then advances. All right, myself versus Lehigh. Good thing I get to keep the DBS Broly pick thanks to Blades. So let's see how that turns out. Sorry about that. I had to reload, or rather reload content. And we are here. I'm gonna be meeting myself as usual, and let's have a fun matches universe. Be high.
I guess Psyker was inspired by that Ice Shenron from Dan earlier. Let's see if he's got it locked down when it comes to the UI Goku matchup. Master Ultra Instinct Goku matchup. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's able to get many of these stuns in. Already forcing a good amount of stamina from Psyker there. He's getting a fair amount of damage in, but by far not very much in the grand scheme of things. Lehigh manually vanishes to escape the range of that Dragon Burn. And despite the complete danger that this version of Goku can put out, things look very close here. Gets a break. Psyker cannot quite punish it. Ooh, but with a few choice burst dashes, it looks like Lehigh was able to get a stamina reset. Super Soul is activated. Psyker rolls out the super armor. Sacrificing a little bit of his stamina regen in order to pester Lehigh, force him to not gain so much stamina himself. This seems to have paid off very well. If Psyker can just get one more of the few more neutral wins, one more auto dodge, he could have this match in the bag. Lehigh wisely disengaging. Very nice perfect block from Psyker, taking out a really good chunk, proportionally, of Lehigh's health. Almost staying safe himself. Ooh, gets caught by the UI Goku normals. Ooh, has to block the Dragon Burn, which gives him another chunk of health lost. A clash happens. MUI Goku folds. Psyker takes the first point of the set. Just as Psyker said, he still has access to his Uber character, and I believe also his mentor, yes. While Lehigh, let's see, he's used his CAC, but he's been pretty good about staying off the mentors. So he also has access to a mentor or or an Uber himself. Psyker goes for the 16. Lehigh finally chooses a mentor, going for a blue Gogeta. Don't worry, this isn't a character he's used before, though he did use blue Vegito, however, just a regular version of him. Psyker possibly feeling a little bit of pressure, lower stamina resources, but Felix has cleanly shown that Android 16 can put off some ridiculous damage. And do very well in a match. It's all going to depend on how these two characters go up against each other. A very wide grab. Takes a solid chunk out of Lehigh's health. He claps back with some energy wave combos. Psyker choosing to go on the offensive just out of fear of his stamina reserves being a little bit too precarious for him to attempt to recharge at the moment. Now he goes to some Hail Mary rocket tackles. Oh, but a perfect block allows Lehigh to answer with some energy wave combos. They miss. The slowest God Fist ever is countered again. You can just absolutely see the numbers of reversals and numbers of, passes that these guys have had between each other. One guy's countering, and one guy's comboing. 1 second later, it's completely shifted. Oh no. A disconnection error.
Man.
And since damage has been taken in the match, this would count as a loss.
Was it me? Was it me who disconnected?
Yeah, it was you.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Was that one to that? Does that make 1-1 or?
I believe that makes 1-1. Let's
okay. Okay, that's all good with me. I'm hopping back in.
counts as a loss, but the character picks still apply. So we have to go on to, to another set of characters. Right?
Sorry. Player 2 damage. Yeah. We move on to the next picks of characters. Those did count as just disconnect will result in a loss. So I may not pick Android 16 anymore, and well, I was probably losing that anyway. It is what it is. Felix.
Psyker cashes in his Uber. Or I guess he calls in his Uber in order to make a better pun. Lehigh goes the super perfect cell route. Or is it just regular perfect cell? Yeah, it's just regular, I think. Starting out in some dangerous territory, Lehigh scores some 3 consecutive grabs, getting a fair amount of damage off. Here, man, see how this is going to pay off. He's going for the darkness mixer. But Lehigh's right there again. Going for a very potent grab combo, my goodness. It's like he took some lessons from Male Majin or something. Ay. Okay, well, 2 more grabs from Psyker, and that entire progress is going to be undone. And, oh, almost had it. And that's number 3. Although it was a different type of grab, I believe. Yeah, Z Broly, definitely one of our newer additions to our list of Ubers, or Z tiers, that are redonkulous, or band tiers, I suppose. One more grab will probably seal it. The old behind the back grab. The contestants appear to deliberate when it comes to how the rules should particularly be applied.
Okay. Okay, it's cleared up now. Okay, there seems to be some confusion here about how it should go. So basically, to clear up any misconceptions, Blades had already used an Uber. He had used a Woken hit. He picked another Uber in our match, and that incurred into the match not being counted because it was a straight up illegal character choice. That means he he gets disqualified and takes a loss due to that, and I get to keep that character pick. Me and Lehigh, we had a disconnect just now. Both characters were valid and legal, so both characters get expanded. It's just a disconnect. It's just a match that gets counted as a loss automatically. And now I still had my Uber at my disposal, so that's why I chose to use it right now, in case anyone didn't quite get what happened. What puzzles me the most is that Lehigh chose not to use his. He had not expanded his own Uber, had he?
Let's see. No, he hasn't.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I'm sorry, Lehigh. He called me a bitch. Honestly, I'll accept being called a bitch because it is a very unfortunate situation. But again, it's just kind of how it be. I'm sorry that matches were so laggy because you're a great player, and I wish we could have a fair 1v1 in Xenoverse. I'm not a bitch. Okay, he is retracting his bitch statement. He says he likes me. All right, I like it too, Lehigh. I'm sorry that we had to be matched up against each other in this tournament. All right, up next it's myself versus Dan the Dango. So I think we can get that underway.
The rest of this bracket is going to be very interesting.
I'm so worried that I already used my CFC and my Uber, dude.
Ugh.
Dan is just gonna cook me.
Oh, my frame rate. There we go. Look at it this way. We either get the very fun me versus you, or we get the equally enjoyable Dango versus Felix.
Well, Dan versus you is also bound to be a good match, so let's see. Alright, muting myself again.
We host our tournaments through a Discord server, our Tenkaichi Budokai Xenoverse 2 PC Discord. Every now and again, although we will be kicking it up pretty soon, we'll be having some more announcements that'll be pinged throughout the server. That will be for future tournaments, and that are always looking forward to having new people. Psyker going for the Super Gogeta. Very interesting. This will be a particular funny case, considering that he has quite an extensive history with this character in previous tournaments. Also interesting that Dan goes for the Nuova after his previous match going in as Ice. I'm just going to double check the rules we have set so far to see whether they count as body doubles. In the meantime, Psyker's doing some very nice stamina damage onto him. Okay, it looks like Ice and Nuova don't count as body doubles of each other. As long as I'm reading everything right. So Dan's good to go. A lot of the fame gets put onto Blue Gogeta, and now, more recently, regular Gogeta, having such a resurgence due to his massive heavy break damage. But this version of Gogeta is absolutely not a slouch too, with his extremely, undoubtedly the best version of Super Saiyan in the game, combined with his ridiculous damage that he can put off the regular combos, supers, and his Warp Kamehameha. I mean, just look at this. An extremely free-flowing character that Psyker is very adept with, and that has brought him this first point of the set. I believe that we're going on Dango's 9th character. Going for the Fu, Psyker going for the Topo. That's an interesting pair of these guys. Psyker's going to have the ability to boast an immunity to regular key stuns, which could be helpful against Fu, but I mean, obviously there's so many other projectiles going at him at the same time. Combined with his limited stamina pool, limiting evasive, 3 bars, we can already see the limiting effects of this matchup on Psyker right now. A few more cheeky supers like that could be advantageous to Psyker to get some healthy damage in. Youch. But his Super Soul is definitely going to come into play here, both for and against Topo, taking extra damage from everything, including all the little combos and projectiles that Dango can throw out. It seems he might like being a little bit closer to the ground, both as an availability to get some stamina back, as well as apparently dodge a few of those supers that Fu can throw out. Those ones just went right into the dirt. Oh! Caught by the remote serious bomb, but thankfully he hasn't activated the full version yet. Psyker completely drained, but still has his limit burst. Dango getting P-blocked. Is this going to be a break? Ah. A fair limit burst. Unpunished. Dan doing a really good job getting some stamina back. Schmovin'. Two more grabs and that'll do it. Oh, and he uses the end lag from a whiffed destructive fracture to cause that extra damage. And goes for it a second time. It's the same outcome. Dan evening things up. Oh my god. Dan. Going for the kale! Nah, it's Psyker going for his Fu mentor, mind you. Laying his best chip on the table right now. The charged heavy. Devastating Dan's health in this early game. We probably won't see a burst this early. Will we see some good damage in? Yes, we do. Now, I adore Kale. Definitely one of my favorite characters. Has a lot in common with PyCon, but also has plenty of very nice zoning advantages, unique to her. Held back by a 3-bar evasive, but supported by a pretty decent resource pool, and a helpful limit burst on top of all that. Dan may be in dire straits right now, but if he can just leverage those options that he has at his disposal, I can definitely see this turn in his favor, in spite of everything. I kind of like what he was going for there. He kind of throws like a Ki Blast down, expecting Psycho to kind of, you know, dodge to the side, which he could have used to a grab, but it unfortunately whiffed. Effective damage coming out. Unfortunate that he couldn't quite start doing back hits that early. He definitely would have been able to continue the combo. Some excellent blast damage from Psyker. At this 1-1 situation, I can definitely see why he wants to hedge all his bets on this. He's throwing out everything. All of his energy wave combos and consecutive energy blasts. His blades. Staying ahead of everything that Dan's got to throw at him. Going for a neutral health limit burst. Not a bad choice at all. Helps him get some health back, helps him stay ahead on stamina. But he seems to want to use it more to be able to have a little bit more freedom in going for these evasives, which, while expensive, have been the most consistent damage he's gotten so far in the match. He's out of his safety cushion now. Dan down to 3 stamina bars. Psyker sitting pretty. Painful to block those beams. Painful to receive those beams as well. Her blasts are good, but they're a little bit inconsistent in how often those hitboxes will hit you if you're hanging out on the fringes of it. Oh! Goes to the Gigantic Rage. The story has seemed to shift here. It'll all depend on what Daniel can do here. Ooh, caught by the remote serious bomb. Probably thankful they didn't get broken or something. In spite of everything, those gigantic evasives, they aren't doing enough damage to really justify their use. Nice. A super landing very cleanly. Psyker can't quite escape the range of that evasive in time. Oh my goodness. Stuck in a 3-bar evasive. He cannot escape that. Psyker, by the skin of his teeth and by the seat of his pants, is up 2-1. Which, if this is best of 3, means the set is his. So close.
I didn't have a Super Soul equipped on that Mentor Fury for some reason.
Yeah?
Yeah. I found out when I tried to limit burst and I couldn't.
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, I mean, at least now you don't have to feel so bad about missing out on that character.
Right? Oh my god. I can't believe I won without the limit burst. Without Super Soul. GG's Dan, that was a crazy tense match. Your kills actually no slouch. Those blaster bombs or whatever were giving me a lot of trouble approaching. But geez.
Now we have come to the moment you've all been waiting for. 300 seconds, Seeking Friends, one-on-one, best of 5, losers finals. Right?
Yeah, losers finals. Oh, it's best of 5, right? Yeah.
Indubitably.
Yeah, I'm gonna join. Hold up, just give me 1 sec. Don't ready up right away.
All right. TO versus TO. Place your bets on the one you think is right. Well, I will say that the thesis or the theory surrounding picking your good characters early on in the tournament to help ensure that you get further on in the bracket is absolutely true.
Yeah.
So far, I've only used my CAC out of my options of choosing an Uber or a Mentor. But it looks like Psyker's gone through a CAC, a Mentor, and an Uber.
Yeah, I have none of those left.
But he doesn't need that, baby. They're for weaklings.
Check Discord real quick, by the way.
Of course. We're about to make some movements. Get ready for the best set of your life.
My turn?
Oh, I'm not muted. Okay. Yeah. Let's make it a good one. Let's go.
Yes. 3 Krillins in the tournament. That's probably tied with Adult Gohan. Let's go.
Right? Unleash your power. Multi-stamina looking kind of low. However, nailing a perfect block will equalize the situation. What? Okay. I thought I had 8 frames there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit. Oh no. I misinput that, but somehow it works. Oh my god, that kills. Jesus Christ. I could not dethrone the Krillin master. The master at his craft.
Bro, I'm about to lose that Trunks certification, man. I'm about to. That was. But you know, against against Krillin, I meant Krillin. Against Krillin, you know, things are just it's just a tough matchup against any character. I don't know what to tell you.
Krillin is his worst matchup.
Yeah.
I've got to set an example.
Non-canon.
Almost. Shades of canon. Bro. I promise that wasn't missing, but no. Uh-oh.
Here I go. Right, left, and turn and great big smile.
Boy, do you not regret that far.
Oh no.
Boy, do you not regret the Parapara.
Well, as a rule, I never forget Paraparas, or I never regret them. But, my God, dude.
all right. Let's bring it to a thrilling game 3. Let's go. Oh wait, this is best 5. Holy shit, this is.
Yeah, we're
Oh
still
my God,
going.
We're gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my God, which one of these was the least bad one? You're all pretty bad. I'll go with you. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh,
That's a desync and a half. Okay, we seem to be live.
yeah. I mean,
No.
yeah. Whoa.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. How you doing?
Not doing too good.
I don't know. I don't know if this world's able to handle both of us.
Right?
Yeah.
We just released 5% of our strength, and that's how things turn out.
I don't think it's lag. I think it's just my game straight up just having problems. Probably because I have Discord and the Spotify and the Google and the Streamlabs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is absolutely my game locking up. It's too much for me. Oh, no, no. Did I key-block? I can't tell.
Yeah, try closing some of the unnecessary stuff. At least like Steam friend list, that used to actually take a toll on me, even though the overlay wasn't open.
Okay, let's try that. No. Okay, we're gonna try a small interaction.
Yeah?
Wow. I think that actually worked.
Let's go.
The lesson of the day is just not have friends.
Don't make too many friends, children. No, my controller!
Whoa!
No! My controller! You can kick my ass, please, dude.
Let's go!
No!
Oh.
You should have made the most of it.
Well, I thought it was permanent.
You fool! No, what do you mean it was permanent?
Uh-oh. I thought that was coming.
This was permanent.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't have enough space.
What is with these characters and only have an attack burst?
Right? What? Ah.
Oh. Yes! Yes!
The moral victory. No!
Fuck yeah! The key blast thrust!
Ah.
It's not over yet.
It isn't over yet, yeah. Wow.
That is
Oh,
my favorite
2-1.
move in the game, by the way.
What'd you say?
That is my favorite move in the game, by the way.
Yeah, keep last trust. When I asked Multi what move he knew was an awful move, but he still wanted to try to make work, because I wanted to talk about mine, of course, and he, without skipping a beat, he just said keep last trust. Well, let's see.
I told you guys!
Awesome.
How's that scheme I feeling? Let's do this.
Here's how. Can't believe Goten's been 10 years old for 30 years.
Not anymore.
Well, good thing they got me out of there.
Ow. Where's your hard knockdowns at? Come on. You're playing Goten, for fuck's
I
sake.
forgot!
You forgot! Oh, shit. Oh, shit! I made a mistake, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice catch. Ay!
Ow!
Okay, yeah, this is gonna get real. One way or the other. Yeah, oh my stamina.
What?
I don't know either.
Ah, jeez.
That was a good grab. Oh!
Oh my god.
I got a little too lost there.
My evasive got completely ignored. Headshot so bad. Oh man.
Well, we're 2-2. I knew that was gonna happen.
I had a feeling as well. All right. Organizer versus organizer. Let's make this the ultimate final battle. Oh. That being said, I have no idea what to play.
Yeah, me neither. I'm running out of clowns.
Oh, I have an idea. Newt might be in favor of this one. This one's for you, Newt, if you're watching.
Oh man, it's the pink Shenron.
He has so much health. What the fuck? He starts on Dark Green. Ow. Ow. Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
Don't do it!
Come on, hurry!
No, you bitch.
Yeah, it was not. I should have gone full Power Ranger away.
What? Okay.
Oh, if I just waited. It was worth a shot.
The hitbox on that sucks so much. No. No. God damn it. What the fuck are you trying with Spirit Boots?
I tried to punish your
What's your
LB.
MO?
I thought it'd work. It didn't. Piece of shit. Oh, wait.
No, 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 no.
No. Wait.
No, no, bitch.
Ooh.
Cheers out.
I was one shot.
Oh my god. Truly, that was some Xenoverse and a half. All right.
My goodness.
All right, GG's. Good luck in grand finals versus Felix. You win. You're the best bad character player.
You joke, but I think I'm pretty comfortable saying this now. I have no idea how to play any of the Ubers. Like I've played them maybe like a couple of minutes. But I think I'll be fine.
I mean, surely. I wouldn't have the opportunity to play them either, so I mean, best of luck. Best of luck.
Alright, so as a reminder to our viewers, we have started the grand finals, best of 5 sets. If I win this set, then the bracket will reset, and then we'll have one more. All Felix has to do is win 3 times.
Yeah. All right. That being said, let's get this right underway. Multi is hovering over characters here. Okay, he seems to be heavy sights locked on KO. And the reason we did that just now, ladies and gentlemen, we had that the match that we just had in the way that we did, is we realized how much of a disadvantage we are compared to Felix in terms of characters available for us to pick. So in that regard, we chose to have a bout with underpicked characters that are maybe not too good, to broaden our options with either of maybe different finals. So right now, Multi is able to pick Tail, still able to pick Another, still able to pick Mentor, I believe. So Bess is best against Felix, is also able to pick all of those characters aforementioned, even Tail. So very nice grab there, scored by Multi, and this match seems to be taking a much slower pace, a much well, both these characters, right? Felix specifically is a very defensive player, and King Gohan lends himself rather to that kind of play. He's really good at those evil whirlwinds, those Mazenkos, and Multi has to work cut out to him to get around those aspects of the character. So he's going with that gigantic rage, which is definitely a good choice in bypass block. And he knows Felix is just trying to fish those evil whirlwinds. He's just trying to fish for those Mazenkos, but it's up to him to prove that he can circumvent that strategy. Oh my god. And Felix already in a pretty sizable advantage here. Multi, of course, still has his limit burst, but finding a good opportunity to use it is going to be really hard in a matchup such as this. Managed to fake out Felix with a limit burst like that in the neutral. Felix was approaching and gets knocked back by the limit burst itself. And if I'm Multi right now, I'm trying to eye on Felix's key. He does not have enough for another Evil Whirlwind into Masenko. He can only choose one or the other. He finally managed to get his second T-bar, promptly wasted on another Masenko. So you're gonna try to have to keep in mind what options are available to Felix. But that being said, Ki is such a cheap resource. It really is no trouble at all to build more Ki. And Multi right now has to play around the Masenko, has to play around the Evil Whirlwind. This is looking pretty much over for him. No, the grab. Unbiased casting, by the way. Still, really good match. And all right, Multi goes down 1-0. Felix only has to win 2 more matches, and he will be the champion of the tournament.
Yep. I knew it'd be a problem once the Team Gohan came out. I mean, we always had our own thoughts about this character in the past, but I mean, Spirit Splash, Masenko speaks for itself.
Yeah. He did that. Well, Felix now cannot play Team Gohan any further. Multi can't play KO any further, and we're just staring at KO knocked out for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Me too. So, assuming there's nothing I can do from here, I'll probably just have to restart.
What's it looking like on your end?
Just the same as you're seeing.
No, right. Okay, if Felix is gonna try to fix it on his end, let's see if it.
Oh, here we go.
Nice.
Stay with me, controller. Said stay with me. Okay. No. Come on. Not now. Not at this time. Okay. I haven't cashed in my mentor or my Ubers, so it's about time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This is probably the one I don't have to know anything about to use.
Yeah, mostly not.
Anything else would be boring.
Not a terrible pick. I was surprised at how good he turns out to be versus other Ubers. So that being said, it's scary out there against Base Gogeta. So let's see Multi
My God.
Broly versus Base Gogeta from Felix.
I take up the whole screen.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Multi is just used to taking about like a small fragment of it, being used to Krillin and whatnot. But here it is, Broly and Gogeta, of all things, a little bit of a canon, not canon kind of thing. But this is a really tricky matchup for this Broly specifically because, you know, this guy regens stamina much slower than the average character. So you have to keep in mind how strong Gogeta's obscene breakless damage is going to be on a guy like this. That being said, Multi does have access to a super armor limit burst, which is something to keep in mind.
Oh man, that boomerang bomb key blast.
Yeah, the privilege these guys get is unreal.
Might be in trouble here.
A little bit.
I like that. He's kind of going for a wide angle, so I can't quite
Yeah, he's trying to punish the gigantic slam.
Oh, nice. Oh, the slow turnaround.
The slow turnaround.
I think he wants to up the aggression. Kind of get a lucky tag in. Oh, I think he got it. Oh no, I could have
God
escaped.
damn it. Too big.
Too big.
He's too big.
Look at that.
The angle he's at.
Oh man, I disappeared.
Evaporated.
He's half right.
Oh man.
Gogeta. Oh, that actually means that he's gone for every kind of Gogeta except for Gogeta 4.
Birthday 4? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, what could possibly be the final match of this tournament? A very strange one, but a very fun one to kick off the year with, huh?
Yeah, this has been great, honestly, seeing all the kinds of characters people are pulling out. And oh man, I regret not using the Gammas more. I don't think I played Gamma 1 or Gamma 2 for that matter in the tournament. Unfortunately.
I have one mentor left in the chamber.
Oh shit. It's time. What time is it? I have no idea, but it's time.
Me neither. I had to cash in my Krillin earlier, so who knows what's about to happen. Yeah, that's a good amount of stamina.
Oh my god, what's...
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
I forget, was Felix the person who was like vying for a higher rank for Kaba, or am I just completely tripping?
No, I think you are correct. I think he's saying Kaba's neutral, standing neutrals.
I'm sorry.
Come on. Oh wait, we're back. We are back.
Almost.
Oh, we're not.
No.
Hello?
Guys, I'm cheating live on stream. Hello?
Oh shit.
I'm lag switching.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah. I need to choose better lines.
That was a cool interaction. A little bit of a pointless one, but cool.
Oh wait, I had Spirit Explosion. What am I doing?
What are you doing? You just took a bar of health. There's the damage. Nice. That's cool though.
Would you believe me if I told you Felix taught me how to do that? Basically just use that move all the time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would believe you. Felix is definitely the sort of person to go about characters using moves like that to get himself away in neutral. And was that a dashing heavy into a dashing heavy? Yeah, he did say Kaba could do that. Still. Whoa. That's a nice amount of damage. Future Super Saiyan play now means Multi is gonna be getting a lot more stamina for not a lot more stamina, but more stamina in these neutral directions in general, and especially when he goes to the ground, so definitely something to keep an eye out for.
He's too short!
Multi bros. I don't think we can do it. However, the only amount of health that matters is 0. Even
he's all coming. Wait, I had Burn Burst. Whoops. Oh, he didn't kill me. Is there a thank you button?
You're number 1.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The match continues. Continues.
I think I'm a little bit faster than him. No, I think we're about evenly matched.
Oh shit.
Okay.
He has shorter legs, but he runs faster. I'll make you regret that, says multi to Kaba. Not to Felix, to Kaba. But
He had burst.
yeah,
I appreciate it.
current score now is 2-1. The multi is still hanging in there.
Put one on the board,
Certainly-
coach.
Certainly not in the most flattering way, but he's there. He nailed that P block, honestly. I'm sure Felix was ready to just finish him off there, but gave the opportunity to be punished, got punished, and now Multi goes on again to try to beat Felix.
I've used PyCon, Godku, Gogeta, my CAC,
Isn't
and
there
Bolt
any
Gohan.
recent DLC that came out that you practice any character for? Does it, I said Gammas earlier, but doesn't even have to be then. I don't know what came earlier.
I really wanted to find my Gamma to really link onto, but I mean, I really did not have the one, you know, the guy that I would just kind of bond to. If it would have been anyone, it probably would have wound up being Super Gohan. I really think he's kind of cool. He has like, when you combo him, he kind of feels like Adult Gohan, but obviously he has so many different things. Not quite the same kind of knock away Ki Blast cannon game that he has. But he,
Yeah.
I don't know, the punches feel similar. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the new tech. Well, the tech I didn't know about.
The damage, yeah, it's relatively new. Wait, this is not meant for her crew. You got this. Actually. His evasives cost 3.
Oh.
And he has no health burst. He has like dynamite kick burst. If he lands a heavy break on you, that dynamite kick burst is gonna come back immediately, being painful though.
Man, he is fast with him.
Nice.
No! The
Oh,
worst
shit.
thing. It's okay, I missed the input on that anyway. You hear him grunting? He can block it. Oh, he didn't.
I think it's kind of too fast to really get the timing down. Now it's all over.
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
What are any of us doing? Well,
Playing some Xenoverse?
yeah.
Nah, it's over. Sorry, Multi. Now it's doubly over. Unless?
I think I threw out the... Oh, yeah. Now it's over.
Yeah. Now it's over.
What?
He is doing it.
Do you want the bracket reset or what?
Felix, stop.
I think this is his way of telling me I could use a little bit more practice. I could throw in, get into the gym, hit the racks, hit the iron. Let's see, what other character do I suck against? You know who I don't know how to play Boo. I don't know how to play against Boo very well at all. Could you go for that? Go for Mini Boo, because I heard that he has like some sauce.
Okay, I guess it's also on me to make the tournament like this. But this is goofy. This is officially goofy territory, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I like to think that I've gotten better with it over time, but I think a part of that is just that Boo has just gotten a couple like rebalances over time that have been a little awkward for him. Oh. Okay, I need to improve my step key blocks, or my step key blasts, or something.
Well, you definitely need to be key blasting more against Boo's Big Boo.
Oh, that's comboable.
Yep, you can even follow it up on the ground with a super because it gives you a face plant, I think. It gives, or was it a hard knockdown? I don't remember.
Oh, I almost did it.
All is learning as he plays, and the game's freezing as he plays.
Yeah, the game doesn't like that I'm doing this either. I only have to P-block at once?
Yeah, because you get iframes or like... I'm not even sure how P-blocks work, but I know you can't take damage for a brief second after scoring one then. Maybe the opponent can do damage. Who the fuck knows?
Huh.
But yeah, you only have to pre-block once to deactivate the hitboxer.
Dog!
Every time! Every teleport combo!
I don't want to torture you like this, Felix. You can kill me if you want. I'm very thankful for you helping me out with training on tournament day.
They're labbing as they play.
Yeah, we're literally labbing mid-match.
They're labbing in grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. This is outstanding.
I got my controller up to my head like I'm like one of those hardcore gaming t-shirts. Sure enough. Okay.
Just kill him.
He's gonna get out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Just a moment.
Boo boo ball. That was clean.
Yeah, that's the biggest weakness of Spagoyaf.
I'm good. I'm alright. I'm happy.
One of you please attack. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Well,
What would you like me to do, Psyker? I'm within my
would
rights to forfeit.
I would like you both to take this match somewhat seriously now that it's a bracket reset. So let's move past the goofiness. But that would mean Felix needs to actually wait. This is not bracket reset, is it?
Yeah, I won.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah. I just forgot to mark that you won too. But yeah. Um, I would rather you both just play for keeps now. That includes you, Felix. I know you're hearing this. Let's try to end the tournament on a serious note.
I have to check my list just to make sure I've actually haven't played these guys yet.
Alright, Piccolo versus Ancient Namekian. Let's see how this goes. Multi and Felix. Very fast perfect blocks, back to back. Felix, of course, on this comfort CC, he's brought it many times before, especially way back when in the Universal Tournament of 2021, we've seen him do some really nasty stuff with the CFC over the course of the past couple of years. So Multi definitely has his work cut out for him if he wants to beat such a formidable opponent. He triggers. Oh, he's using or whatever. How many there are on that supercell? But that's interesting. It doesn't last very long, but it's definitely so much health regen when you gotta consider the fact that there's also Namekian percent at play here. And Piccolo, despite himself being a Namekian, he does not get that sort of ratio passive that that CACs get, so it's quite unfortunate for him. But Multi, that being said, managed to score a very nice break into Special Beam Cannon, and he has enough in the tank for another one.
He's gonna fall.
But that one will not connect.
Oh, that's not a health burst?
No, it's one of those things that makes that so a little funky. Felix is trying to be stylish, and he managed to get a perfect block into... Oh, he wanted to score that in the tournament. Okay, he does get the structural fracture into Soaring Fist. Proof of concept is something he's been labbing, and now he does manage to get it. Forced to use a health burst as Felix, and now there's both a lot and not a lot of health regen at play in the match. Felix, of course, still has his Super Soul, still has his Structured Fracture, with which will finish Multi off.
Yep. So that's curtains for a CAC, but he still has the
Mentor and the Uber, yes.
Oh man, I'm not gonna look forward to this.
Well, wait, this is actually not the worst matchup in the world.
I'm sure to win because I have superior finesse.
Auto dodge just grabs, so there's that. Size versus movement. Let's see who comes out on top here.
I mean, he is low on stamina.
Yike is one of the characters that can somewhat take it to Broly, but maybe not the best idea to stand and break him though. Ooh, thanks.
I gotta, you know, the worst habit you can have as this character is to reflectively just use the evasive. He did it because I couldn't see. But now that's actually one of the best things I can do. I missed the input. I did his forward step instead of
he's
queuing
getting
up.
the hang of it. Now.
Oh, that
now
time I used it, but it just wasn't fast enough. Okay, yeah, this is a trap.
Uh-oh. It's not looking too good, multi-bros. And that's Gordon's.
I'm glad he's using them.
I mean, so am I. It's still a little bit rough though.
And that is his CAC and his Uber character. So
Yeah.
possibly everything rests on this last match. Come on. There we go. Trying to use like a Nintendo Switch controller with a PlayStation thing.
What? What's going on with your controller situation over there?
Is it gonna? Oh, did my game freeze? Yes, it did.
Lovely.
Huh.
Offline on Steam? Did he solve Steam crash?
Well, yeah, I guess I should, it would probably be the best in the interest of everyone's time to call it here.
Yeah, sure.
Felix, you did a
You
tremendous
are-
job throughout the tournament.
You are allowed to forfeit at any given time, so it is what it is. Alright, so Felix takes it. Via multi-forfeit, Felix takes the bracket reset, and it will be the champion for No Encores tournament.
Very well done to everyone who competed throughout the tournament. I mean, I can send a picture later of every character that everyone's used, and the list is massive. So, I mean,
That'd be really cool, actually. I'd love to get that data. But yeah, that was a really fun tournament. Maybe a little bit of a not very serious one. We got a little goofy towards the end, but I think everyone enjoyed a great amount of the universe here today. And we're going to be, of course, hosting more tournaments throughout the year. Our tournament season will officially start in February, so you better look forward to that. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you for everyone who played. And yeah, join the Discord if you want to look out for future tournaments. If you want to participate in them or even just watch them, we have a role that thanks you for that and stuff like that. So that's about it.
thank you all very
for-
much.